Yeah. Let's go. I just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Now what she used to.
And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lumberjack pregame show brought to you by Terrell Insurance Agency. I'm Alec Reyes alongside Jared Christmas and Draylen Fussell this evening. And we're coming to you live for the first time on the road this season from Jim Swink Field at Eagle Stadium here in Rusk, Texas. As tonight, the Diboll Lumberjacks come into Rusk on their homecoming night, and they look to spoil all of the homecoming fun for the Rusk Eagles this evening. The Diboll Lumberjacks led by 12th-year head coach Blake Morrison, who brings the Lumberjacks in at 0-2 on the season after losing last week 22-12 to a really decent West Rusk team. In that game, senior quarterback Carlos Sanchez got the nod at QB. He threw a touchdown pass to Kevy Dill, and he took one in himself with his legs. Although he threw for 2 interceptions, they weren't really his fault, as it was just really athletic plays there from the Raiders in that one. Defensively, Eli Terrell recorded a sack from his linebacker position, and then Aiden Chavis recorded an interception as well. And also the Jacks climbed out of a 22-0 hole before scoring 12 points in the fourth quarter to make things a little bit interesting, but ultimately it'll be a loss on their end. The Eagles coming in also 0-2 this evening, and they have a new coach at the helm led by first-year head coach Cody Welch. He was previously the defensive coordinator at White House for 5 years, and he takes over after previous head coach Thomas Sitton left to become the defensive coordinator at Henderson. The Rusk Eagles did not complete their game last week, even though it went down as a loss, 33-21 to Mount Vernon. In that game, it got called in the third quarter due to weather in the area over in Mount Vernon. And in that game, Drew Lane and Kaiserian Teague were the lone scorers for the Eagles, both recording touchdown passes each. The Rusk Eagles come in with a multiple pro offense as well as a 4-2-5 defense. So that's a little bit of what we can see from the Rusk Eagles this evening. And the Eagles also another one of the 4A Division II opponents that the Lumberjacks face this season, the other one being Shepherd here in a few weeks. So again, the Lumberjacks trucking through this non-district schedule, playing up a division. Now time to turn it over to my partners in crime, Jared and Draylen. It's always a pleasure to be with you in the booth, gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Pleasure to be here, Alec, on another Friday night here in Deep East Texas to watch some Diboll Lumberjack football, and feeling a little bit disrespected tonight. I ain't going to lie to you. And I do not like coming onto another team's field, another school's field, and seeing homecoming festivities going on. Hopefully Morrison and company can direct some of that disrespect into the right place tonight and come out with a big win. But other than that, overall, seems like a good night to play some football. A little warm today and starting to cool off. Sun's starting to go down, and should be a really good night for the Lumberjacks and the Rusk Eagles to get after each other.
Absolutely, Draylen. As you mentioned, it's always a pleasure being with you in the booth, and just the similar thoughts as you. It's always disrespectful to come into someone's house and be their homecoming opponent, but we'll see how the Jacks can answer that tonight and take care of business here this evening. Looking for the win column with both teams looking for something to give, trying to get into the win column here in this young season of Texas high school football. Now time to turn it over to my other partner in crime, Jared Christmas. Jared, just as I told Draylen, it's always a pleasure to be with you here in the booth.
Yeah, absolutely. Alec, I appreciate y'all having me back up here. I know for everybody at home, we had a few technical difficulties last week. That's due strictly to the fact that I was not up here in the booth with you. So I just want to say to everybody at home, we expect a much better broadcast this week. Thank you for having us. But, man, it's always good to be at a football stadium on a Friday night in Texas. And even though we're not at home at Lumberjack Stadium, we are here in Rusk. And I got to tell you, I'm ready for this matchup. Like Draylen mentioned, I hate it when somebody schedules us as their homecoming opponent. It seems to me like that's what Huntington should have every single week, not Diboll. And so I hope that we're able to come out here and completely ruin their homecoming, Alec.
Absolutely, Jared, and we'll see if that adds some fuel to the fire for the Lumberjacks and see if they can get their first win of the season here. I'd like to turn it over to our YouTube live chat. We have a lot of engagement going on this evening with Scott, who's commented quite a few times tonight, as well as Antonio. I'd like to thank both of you, Scott and Antonio, for engaging with us on the YouTube broadcast. And I'd just like to let you all know that tonight will only be on YouTube. You can go to the Diboll Sports Broadcast Facebook page, and we will have a link provided for you to access the YouTube link so you can listen to us there. So again, tonight we're only on YouTube this evening. Next week we should be back on both YouTube and Facebook. So just wanted to let you all know on that tonight, as we're still about 15 minutes away here from kickoff, as both teams haven't made their way back out yet. And we're going to go ahead and take a commercial timeout, recognize our sponsors. You're listening to the Lumberjack pregame show, brought to you by Terrell Insurance Agency.
What's in a name, a reputation to bring you service and quality? What's in a name?
What's in a name? A reputation at Terrell Insurance Agency. What does tomorrow hold? Good things if you plan correctly. And Terrell Insurance Agency can help you do just that. We offer auto, home, and business insurance. That's Terrell Insurance Agency, 902 North Temple Drive.
Made in America. A simple idea that means everything at Mueller Metal Roofs and Buildings. It means local branches, dealing with friends and neighbors you trust. It means innovation, leading the way with better solutions. It means caring about our products and even more about the people who use them. It means pride in a job well done. Mueller, made in America, made to last.
Attention East Texas businesses. Are you looking to reach a dedicated and engaged local audience? The Diboll Sports Broadcast is the perfect opportunity for you. Our broadcasts are the heartbeat of Diboll Sports, connecting passionate fans with businesses just like yours. When you advertise with us, you're not just placing an ad, you're becoming a part of the community. With Diboll Sports Broadcast, your message will be heard by thousands of listeners who live, work, and shop right here in East Texas. Contact Jared at C4 Media Productions today. Visit c4mediapros.com or give us a call at 936-304-0707 to learn more. Diboll Sports Broadcast. We are your hometown heartbeat.
What's in a name, a reputation to bring you service and quality? What's in a name?
There are so many questions to consider when choosing the right auto insurance. Liability coverage, comprehensive, how much coverage is enough? We can help you make sure you're getting the protection that's right for you. Terrell Insurance Agency is the name to know. 902 North Temple Drive, Terrell Insurance Agency.
C4 Media Productions proudly supports the Diboll Lumberjacks. Based at 205 North Temple, we are your one-stop shop for all of your video and social media needs. Whether you need a captivating TV commercial or a full social media marketing strategy to help drive sales, we've got you covered. Call us at 936-304-0707 or visit c4mediapros.com. C4 Media Productions. Reliable service, amazing results.
Attention East Texas. When it comes to welding, fabrication, hydroblasting, sandblasting, vacuum truck services, and plant maintenance, there's only one name you need to know: PPR Industrial Services. Located in Lufkin, Texas, PPR delivers top quality services with 24/7 support. With a mission to exceed customer expectations, PPR focuses on safety and excellence in every job. Call them today at 936-676-0982 and let PPR handle your toughest projects. PPR Industrial Services, where quality matters.
Let me set the record straight for a minute. Hate, I get it. Say it with them. I don't give a I'm cool with it. Play it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lumberjack pregame show, brought to you by Terrell Insurance Agency. It's Alec Reyes with Jared Christmas and Joylyn Fussell alongside me this evening, as we're still about 10 minutes away from kickoff momentarily here from Jim Swink Field at Eagle Stadium in Rusk, Texas, as the Lumberjacks are making their way out of the locker room, walking onto the track, about to head over to their Diboll Lumberjacks inflatable on the right side of the back of the end zone. The Lumberjacks are going to go with their Stormtrooper outfit tonight, with the red helmet, with the white jerseys, red numbers, red letters, and white pants, as they're getting ready to go to get some warm-ups in, get some few more stretches in, get the blood going once again before they take the field here for the coin toss, which will occur here in about 9 minutes or so. As we mentioned tonight, it is homecoming. It is homecoming this evening for the Eagles, and as we mentioned pregame in the previous before we took the previous break. We're hoping that the Lumberjacks can spoil all the fun for the Rusk faithful that's here, and they are packed the homestands, as that's where our location is here this evening, and the Lumberjack fans still making their ways. As I've said it every single time I've done a broadcast. We travel really well, and we're continuing to fill the visitor stands here as we get closer and closer to kickoff. So again, we'll see what the Lumberjacks can do here this evening, as they're still looking for the win column. The Rusk Eagles trying to do the same. So it's time to turn it over to Draylon, and I'm going to, just as I asked you last week, what are the keys to the game this evening?
Well, I'll tell you what the key is, Alec. Just like last week, it's going to be physicality, man. This Diboll team they play better, they do better, they score more whenever they're being very physical. Morrison's always had physical football teams. Last week was just a massive improvement over week 1. Hopefully we see a similar type jump this week, especially with DeCarlos Sanchez being back at quarterback his second week in a row, as a little bit more comfortable under center. I'm assuming he starts. I know Morrison had mentioned that he probably would, but we'll see who they roll out there. But Diboll needs to be physical. They need to play smart. They need to keep turnovers to a minimum, which we've struggled with so far this year, and penalties to a minimum, which they've actually done a much better job of this year. Outside of that, I mean, you do all those things, you got a really good chance to win a football game. So, we'll see what happens. We're about 7.5 minutes to kick off as of right now. So coming up on us quick, be getting this game started here from Rusk here momentarily. I do want to mention one thing, guys. Don't forget, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Share it if you would like to. Help us get these subscribers up and help us get the Diboll broadcast, football broadcast, and sports broadcast out to as many Lumberjack fans as we can.
Absolutely, Draylon. As every YouTuber I've heard say, it will help the algorithm, and it will definitely help us out in that favor. So as far as for my keys to the game, you had already mentioned it, but winning the turnover battle. The Lumberjacks haven't fared well in that category. We'll see if the Lumberjacks can improve on that. And also just sticking to fundamentals, like I mentioned last week. Any game you're going to win by blocking, tackling, and just staying disciplined. So can the Lumberjacks stick to their fundamentals and stick to what they know? And also just building off of last week's improvements and carrying in over that momentum that they displayed in the second half to West Rusk. Although they were down 22-0, they rattled off 12 points and never backed down, even when you didn't have enough time left. So let's see if the Lumberjacks can build off of that. And also just Bill Belichick for previously the New England Patriots, now for the North Carolina Tar Heels, says, do your job. The Lumberjacks all just need to do their job, work together as one unit, one cohesive unit, and get the ball rolling and walk out of here with the win. So we'll see how that plays out as the Rusk Eagles are now trotting out onto the field, heading into their inflatable. Lumberjacks still getting warmed up over in the backside of the end zone before they walk into their inflatable here as well. So we're still about 6 minutes here from kickoff momentarily, as you are listening to the Lumberjack pregame show brought to you by Terrell Insurance Agency. I'd just like to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors. I'd like to thank Terrell Insurance Agency for being our scoreboard sponsor. Thank them for all that they do in the Diboll community, as well as for Diboll ISD Athletics as a whole. For Mueller Incorporated, Cotton Co. for supplying us with our brand new Diboll Sports Broadcast t-shirts. We're all rocking them here in the broadcast booth. So thank you, Cotton Co., for providing us with these awesome t-shirts and polos this season, as well as to PPR. Thank you to PPR Industrial and Casey Strickland for sponsoring this broadcast, and also for the Diboll Jackbackers and C4 Media. Without any of these sponsors, this broadcast will not be possible this evening. We'll go ahead and take another time out as you're listening to the Lumberjack pregame show brought to you by Terrell Insurance Agency.
Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Diboll Lumberjack Athletics for over 30 years. From the Lumberjack Cups of the 90s and the touchdown footballs of the 2000s, Terrell Insurance has been there for the Jacks. Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Lumberjack fans off the field as well. For all of your insurance needs, visit Terrell Insurance in Diboll.
Made in America. A simple idea that means everything at Mueller Metal Roofs and Buildings. It means local branches, dealing with friends and neighbors you trust. It means innovation, leading the way with better solutions. It means caring about our products and even more about the people who use them. It means pride in a job well done. Mueller, made in America, made to last.
Attention East Texas businesses. Are you looking to reach a dedicated and engaged local audience? The Diboll Sports Broadcast is the perfect opportunity for you. Our broadcasts are the heartbeat of Diboll Sports, connecting passionate fans with businesses just like yours. When you advertise with us, you're not just placing an ad, you're becoming a part of the community. With Diboll Sports Broadcast, your message will be heard by thousands of listeners who live, work, and shop right here in East Texas. Contact Jared at C4 Media Productions today. Visit c4mediapros.com or give us a call at 936-304-0707 to learn more. Diboll Sports Broadcast. We are your hometown heartbeat.
Attention East Texas. When it comes to welding, fabrication, hydroblasting, sandblasting, vacuum truck services, and plant maintenance, there's only one name you need to know. PPR Industrial Services. Located in Lufkin, Texas, PPR delivers top quality services with 24/7 support. The mission to exceed customer expectations, PPR focuses on safety and excellence in every job. Call them today at 936-676-0982 and let PPR handle your toughest projects. PPR Industrial Services, where quality matters.
We'll go ahead and close out the Lumberjack pregame show brought to you by Terrell Insurance Agency. I'd like to thank you all for listening in and tuning in to this broadcast this evening of Diboll Lumberjack football. As tonight they are taking on the Rusk Eagles here at Jim Swing Field at Eagle Stadium in Rusk, Texas, as the coin toss is going on right now. The captains for Rusk are Adrian Tumblin, Drew Lane. Taking a look at the roster here, Trenton Gray, as well as Bentley Moore. Can't get a look on the Lumberjacks just yet as they're on the other side of the field, but the Eagles are wearing their black helmet this evening with the red stripe down the middle, with the red jersey and red pants with white numbers and white letters. As the head official is talking things over, they just flipped a coin, and it looks like he's talking over to both teams. He was talking to Diboll. Let's see who wins the coin toss here. So it's like he's staying on Rusk's side. So it's Diboll, that's won the toss. They'll defer to the second half. Therefore, Rusk will receive, and they will move the ball going right to left. So both captains shaking hands, as it looks like it's Alex DeJesus, Luis Arambula out there as well for the coin toss. And there's one more captain, that's Jamarcus Nieves. So all seniors for the captains, and there go the Lumberjacks, getting pumped up at midfield, right above the number. Just a few seconds away here from kickoff, gentlemen.
Yes, sir. About to get it going. As though Jay Wyatt says back in the sawmill, are you ready for some football? I do want to give one quick shout out to Jonathan Sanford. He's interacting with us on the page there. Mentioned that West Rusk beat previously unbeaten Gladewater 15-14 last night. Thank you for that update, Mr. Sanford. And that's not surprising, honestly, Alec. That's a really good West Rusk football team. That seemed to be a really good game really good fight they put up against Malakoff in week 1. So for them to continue on with their winning ways after last week, that's not a big surprise. That is a very talented, very physical team.
Absolutely, Draylen. Congrats to the Raiders on their win over Gladewater. And Gladewater also a pretty stacked team as well. And I'd like to thank you, Jonathan Sanford, for listening in to us and for engaging with us as well. We really appreciate you. As it looks like it's Ivan Gomez on to handle the kickoff duties for the Lumberjacks. And the Rusk Eagles will have 2 back deep for them, back at their own 20-yard line. It's Drew Lane on the near side. On the side opposite him is Adrian Tumblin. So here we go, folks. The kickoff unit for the Lumberjacks is breaking, and so is the return unit for the Eagles. As Gomez gets set, and it's going to be a short, high sky kick, and it's going to be fielded at the 32-yard line by the Eagles. On the recovery there is Trenton Bonin, and that's where the Eagles are going to set up 1st and 10 and from their own territory.
Well, here we go, 1st and 10. Decent field position for us. Not much on the return. Think the kicker did his job right there. And here come the Eagles wearing that all red with the black helmets, and Diboll in the all white with the red helmets. Pretty sharp look on the field tonight for the 2 teams. Here we go.
So 1st and 10 for the Eagles. The ball is spotted on their own 37-yard line after the return just a moment ago. As in at quarterback is Bentley Moore, the sophomore. As he's just going to hand it off to Gut. No, he's going to take it himself on the zone read, bouncing it outside. It's got a 1st down and then some, and he'll be pushed out of bounds at around the 47-yard line, and he's going to get a 1st down for the Eagles.
Nice read right there by the quarterback. Diboll got into the backfield and got hands on the runner pretty quickly, but the quarterback made a nice read and pulled it and took it around the end for a big gain there on 1st down.
So the Rusk Eagles breaking the huddle, 1st and 10. Once again, ball's on their own 47-yard line as it's a shotgun set for Bentley Moore. He brings the slot receiver in motion. It's going to be a touch pass. Tries to find running room. Said he's going to be brought down by Eli Terrell for a loss on the play. Luis Arambula also coming in to do cleanup duty, and that's going to bring up 2nd down and a loss for the Eagles.
Tried the jet sweep motion, bringing the slot man across, pitching the football forward, and great job there by Diboll. Looked like Joseph Parrish from his defensive end spot hopped out and forced him to turn back inside, and Terrell and company were there for make a solid tackle for a loss of 1.
2nd down and 11 after the loss on the play. It was Adrian Tumblin who got the carry on the last play. The Eagles going back to the shotgun look. Bentley going with a screen pass on the left side. It's bobbled down, and bam! The receivers met up, and it's going to be ruled incomplete. Joseph Parrish had scooped it up. He was ready to go. Nothing but green in front of him. It's going to go down as an incomplete pass intended for Malachi Overstreet. It'll bring up 3rd down and 11 for the Eagles.
Yeah, Bentley Moore slings that ball out to the flat over here to his wide receiver, a little screen, and great job by McMillan coming up and laying the hat and separating his man from the football. I'll tell you what, that quarterback wearing number 7 in red and throwing left-handed is absolutely giving me nightmares. This kid reminds me of Justin Stearns just from the look of him.
3rd and 11, the Eagles are going to drop back to pass, and he's going to go back to Malachi Overstreet. He's brought down with a shoestring tackle by Tyrese McMillan at the Diboll 39-yard line. So the Eagles will get a 1st and 10 after that.
A little skinny post route. McMillan in coverage again. Quarterback threw it kind of back shoulder. Receiver was able to stop and get his hands on the football. McMillan couldn't get it away from him. 1st down, Rusk. Nice pass there.
1st and 10, Rusk after the pitch and catch from Moore to Overstreet. The man in motion once again, that's Adrian Tumblin, who gets it on the jet sweep, trying to bounce it outside, and he's cutting it up, and he's going to break a tackle, and he's going to trot into the end zone for the 1st points of the evening.
Yeah, it was a jet sweep motion again. Brought it back across to the far side of the field that time. The defensive end on that side was not able to get upfield and was not able to get him turned back inside. And once he got outside the outside linebacker over there, he turned it up and broke one tackle and was gone. And they line up in the swinging gate and go for two. Oh, what a big hit right there. Looked like number 5, that was Aaron Robbins and Aiden Morris combining right there to absolutely lay a lick at the 1 yard line and keep the Rusk player out of the end zone. I couldn't see what number that was, but running the ball.
That was the quarterback Bentley Moore that took it on the left side, and he got met up immediately by both Robbins and Morris. So the score is going to remain 6-0 as the Eagles draw first blood here on their homecoming night, as the Lumberjacks look to regroup as we'll have the offense have their first showing on the night here momentarily.
Made in America. A simple idea that means everything at Mueller Metal Roofs and Buildings. It means local branches, dealing with friends and neighbors you trust. It means innovation, leading the way with better solutions. It means caring about our products and even more about the people who use them. It means pride in a job well done. Mueller, made in America, made to last.
Yeah. Let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain.
So Carlos Galen is kicking it off for the Eagles, back deep to receive for the Lumberjacks. They have 3 men back deep, and Tyrese McMillan will field it from his own 9-yard line. He's cutting it back to midfield, making a running room, and he's trying to make some cuts and then some, and he's going to be brought down by 3 Rusk players at about his own 32-yard line. Looks like he could have gone for 6, but he will be met up at the 32-yard line, 1st and 10 after the return.
Very nice job by McMillan right there, fielding that bouncing ball over on the 10-yard line on the home side, and cuts up inside, and then breaks back outside to the far side of the field, and looked like he was. I thought he was going to break loose, but Rusk was able to get a hand on him and force him back to the inside. But sets a really nice field position for Diboll, 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
So it'll be DeCarlos Sanchez, the senior quarterback, getting the nod once again for his second start of the season. He's coming out in the shotgun look with 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, and it's Xander Arambula, the ball carrier, and he's going to be met up immediately. Should be about a loss of 1 on the play. Lucky to get no gain. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10 after the carry from Arambula.
Simple handoff there, read play, trying to get their feet wet, trying to get moving north and south to start the game. But Rusk brought both of their prowler, rover, outside players, outside linebacker, safety, hybrid type player in a 4-2-5, brought both those guys on the blitz from the outside, and Diboll wasn't able to get hat on a hat.
2nd down and 10 after the run from Arambula. Carlos Sanchez in the same formation as is flipped. He's dropping back to pass. He finds Kevy Dill on an out route, and Dill is going to be met up at the 41-yard line. So the Lumberjacks get about 6 on the play, and it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, quick out route right there. Dill runs a nice route. DeCarlos Sanchez puts the ball right on him where he needs it, and good 7 yards there on 2nd down. Brings up 3rd and short for the Lumberjacks. Would like to see him make some progress here, Alec, at least get 1 first down out of this, start seeing if we can move down the field.
3rd and 2 for the Jacks from their own 42-yard line. Sanchez in the shotgun, and he's going to hand it off to Arambula, who tries to plow forward. Instead, he's going to be brought down for a loss of 1 on a play back to the 41-yard line. So it's going to bring up 4th down for the Lumberjacks.
Once again, Diboll trying that handoff up the middle, but just too much red shirts in the backfield there. You can't get a first down if you can't block the front 4, and they certainly didn't that time. Loss of 1. Diboll looks to punt right now.
8:30 left to go in the first quarter of action from Eagle Stadium. It's the Rusk Eagles with a 6-0 lead over the Lumberjacks, as Eli Terrell is on to handle the punting duties for the Lumberjacks. Back deep to receive at his own 25-yard line to field this punt is Adrian Tumblin, as Eli Terrell is able to get the snap off in time. It's a nice spiraling punt, and Tumblin is going to field it. He drops the ball, and then it's going to take a lucky bounce straight back into his hands. There's a flag on the far end of the field, as Tyrese McMillan will bring him out of bounds to about his own 45-yard line. So we'll see what the penalty is.
Yeah, it's clearly going to be a block in the back. Diboll had 2 defenders right there preparing to make the tackle, and once he muffed the punt, both of them ended up on the ground with what I would characterize as two blocks in the back at the 25-yard line. Honestly, that's probably what saved Rusk's bacon on the fumble, because if they hadn't both been hitting the back, they probably would have picked that ball up and went the other way with it.
And it was also a lucky bounce there for Tumblin, as the ball just bounced right back into his hands after the punt, I should say. So the ball is going to be spotted at the 20-yard line of Rusk after the penalty. So see what the Jacks defense can do here. 1st and 10 coming up for the Rusk Eagles. So the Eagles offense coming back out onto the field now. It's Bentley Moore leading the charge. The sophomore quarterback with the 2 receivers set to his right, 1 to his left. As it's going to be a direct handoff to the running back, as he's going to be slammed down at about his own 28-yard line. On the carry that time for the Eagles was Kasirium Teague, and he'll be brought down, 2nd down and about 3 for the Eagles.
Little quick hit and power play. Rusk pulls their right guard, and he opens up a small hole. Running back slips through, and Diboll actually contacts him early, but he keeps the feet moving and carries Ty Jones for about another 4 yards. So turns what could have been a 2-yard game to a 6-yard game.
For the Eagles, coming back with the same formation, Lumberjacks with the 4-man front. It's going to be another handoff once again to Teague, who breaks the tackle, bouncing it outside. He will be brought down right at the 29-yard line, as he will be about a yard shy of the 1st down. It's going to bring up 3rd and short for the Eagles.
Diboll with an opportunity to get him down for about a 2-yard loss right there. Unfortunately, he slipped loose from the defensive lineman in the backfield and was able to gain about 3 yards, just enough for a 1st down. So 1st and 10 here for Rusk.
At first they said it was short, and then they're going to go ahead and move the chains for the Eagles, and they have the ball on their own 30-yard line. Again, they're moving right to left for those listening back at home, as the Eagles will come out with the 2 receivers set to the right, and it's going to be another handoff to Teague, who's bouncing it outside. Instead, it's going to be a keep for Bentley Moore, who walks around a Diboll defender, and he will run out of bounds at about the 40-yard line, as Bentley should have enough for a – nope, he's ran out just a yard shy of the 1st down. It's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Yeah, quarterback keeper, that they basically ran the same play, but with the read option for the quarterback, he pulls it, tucks it, takes it around the right side. Diboll actually defended it well, but didn't make the tackle in the open field, and he squirted through for 9 yards.
2nd and 1 for the Eagles after the run from Moore. Again, the Lumberjacks with the 4-man front defensively. Moore is in the shotgun. It's going to be another handoff to Teague, and Teague will be brought down at the 43-yard line, as it's a pickup of 4 on the play. It's going to be another 1st down for the Eagles.
And Rusk just putting their head down and moving the ball here. Diboll did a better job that time getting the ball carrier on the ground. Looked like number 15, Barrett Price, made the initial hit and got the runner down, but 1st down and 10, Eagles again on the move here.
6:09 remaining in the 1st quarter of action. Rusk with a 6-0 lead over the Diboll Lumberjacks, as the Eagles break the huddle on 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. Moore with the man in motion that's tumbling, and it's going to be a fake motion pass, and Moore's looking for someone deep. He's trying to go for his intended target, nearly intercepted by Aaron Robbins as the throw was underthrown, and Aaron Robbins right there to defend it on Malachi Overstreet. It's going to bring up 2nd down after the incomplete pass.
Fake the jet sweep, play action, and Moore rolls out to his right. Actually makes a very strong throw back across the field on a post route, and Aaron Robbins just in the receiver's hip pocket the whole time, makes a great play on the football. Very close to an interception right there and a turnover for the Jacks.
2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass from Bentley Moore and the deflection from Aaron Robbins. So it's the Eagles in the shotgun. Moore dropping back to pass. It's a 3-step drop. He's looking to his left, and it's intercepted right into the hands of the Lumberjacks. On the interception is the junior Tyrese McMillan. He's cutting it back inside, trying to find running room. He's going to run around into the near side. He's going. He looks like he's jogging out there, but he's actually running, and he's going to be brought down at about the Rusk 8-yard line. 1st and goal, Lumberjacks.
Yeah, just a great defensive call right there for the Lumberjacks. They run a zone defense. Quarterback's trying to hit a curl route about 10 or 12 yards down the field, and had bracket coverage on him, had a short zone player and a high zone player. Quarterback threw the ball high to avoid the short player and threw it right into McMillan's breadbasket. Young man takes it all the way back down the field, plays a little ring around the rosy with the offensive lineman down there trying to make a tackle, and then down at about the 8-yard line. Sets the Lumberjacks up with great field position here about halfway through the first quarter.
So Lumberjack offense coming back out onto the field, first and goal from the Rusk 8-yard line. They're going to go with the Wildcat set as it's DeCarlos Sanchez taking it himself, and he will be brought down for no gain on the play. It'll bring up second and goal for the Lumberjacks with 5:21 remaining in the first quarter.
Offensive line just not doing a great job clearing out these Rusk defensive linemen. Those are some pretty big boys down there in the wearing the red, white, and black for the Eagles, but got to do a better job moving them off their spot here. Where that's about a yard gain, but you can't have a turnover and start in this kind of field position and not end up with 6 points. So whatever we got to do here, offensive line's got to button down. We got to get a touchdown.
Second and goal for the Lumberjacks. Ball still on the 8-yard line of Rusk as Sanchez will hand it off to Arambula, who lowers the shoulder, and he's going to be brought down inside of the Rusk 4-yard line. So Lumberjacks have 4 yards here to work with, third and goal.
That was a much better offensive play there for Diboll. Interesting. That's the first time I've seen that handoff or that play call this year. Arambula's on the left side of the quarterback. Quarterback takes a snap, turns backwards, and hands it to Arambula coming behind him to the right. Arambula gets to the outside, puts his foot down, and runs straight forward and sets Diboll up. We got 2 yards for a score here.
Third and goal for the Lumberjacks from the Rusk 2-yard line. Sanchez in the shotgun, Arambula to his right, and flags being thrown from every direction of the field as this may be a false start call against the Lumberjacks.
Certainly looked like we had some people get going early there on the offensive line. That's unfortunate. That'll put us 5 yards further back. So going to bring up a 3rd down and 7 when you started out with a 1st down and 8.
So they'll go ahead and spot the ball at the 7-yard line after the penalty from the Lumberjacks. So 3rd and goal. Once again, we'll see if the Jacks can score here with 4:05 remaining in the first quarter. Lumberjacks down by 6.
Yeah, at this point, I'm thinking it's going to be some type of play action, Alex, something to try to get the quarterback outside and give him a run-pass option.
So it's a tight formation set for the shotgun, and it's going to be a play action pass. DeCarlos trying to fake it, and he's going to look into the end zone. Wide open on the target. Looks like it's Ricardo Garcia. Touchdown, Lumberjacks.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Basically, play action fake that mirrored the run on 2nd down, and Sanchez takes the ball around the left side, rolls out to the left. He had a running back open right in front of him, and I was about to throw something through this window if he didn't throw the football to the running back. And then wide receiver happens to be running a drag route across the back of the end zone wide open. Sanchez flips it out to the wide receiver, and Diboll is able to tie this game here as we have about 3 minutes and 48 seconds left in the first quarter.
So out comes the extra point team, and it looks like there's a few guys that didn't know they were on there, and it looks like we're going to have to stop the officials' timeout for a substitution. They're going to go ahead and kick the extra point, as on the hold is Aiden Morris. Ivan Gomez on for the extra point try. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is up, and it is good. So the Lumberjacks take the lead here with, I'm looking at the time here, it's 3:48 remaining in the first quarter of action. The Lumberjacks take the lead by a score of 7-6 as you're listening to Diboll Lumberjack football on YouTube through C4 Media.
What's in a name? A reputation to bring you service and quality. What's in a name?
What's in a name? A reputation at Terrell Insurance Agency. What does tomorrow hold? Good things if you plan correctly. And Terrell Insurance Agency can help you do just that. We offer auto, home, and business insurance. That's Terrell Insurance Agency, 902 North Temple Drive.
Seven to 6 is our new score, followed by a DeCarlos Sanchez to Rico Garcia 7-yard touchdown pass. The extra point was good, and our Lumberjacks are ahead 7-6 as Gomez will kick it off. And it's a sky-high kick. It'll be fielded at the 30-yard line by the Eagles. And can't tell who the ball carrier is on that one. He's going to be brought down at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up for the Eagles.
Well, Diboll comes out here, set up on defense. Kickoff was the same as earlier to open the game, but we had a couple defenders just blow right by the ball carrier on that one. However, you set up 1st down and 10. Rusk with the 1st down and 10 at their own 46-yard line. So Diboll's defense just got to kind of keep working, keep trucking, keep holding things together, and start making these tackles when you first get your hands on the runners, and I think they'll be fine. So a lot of football game left. Looks like it's going to be a good one tonight.
3:40 left to go in the first quarter. Lumberjacks with a 7-6 lead over the Rusk Eagles as the Eagle offense trots back out onto the field. 1st and 10 for Bentley Moore. It's a high snap, and it's a fumble on the play. The Lumberjacks look like they fell on it, and they do. So another turnover on the night for the Lumberjacks. Way to go. Couldn't see who that was on the recovery there, but we'll figure it out here in a moment. It's going to be 1st and 10 Lumberjacks after the fumble recovery.
Just the fumbled exchange between the quarterback and the running back there was another one of those read plays, and just fumbled the handoff, and Lumberjacks had 2 defenders right there to fall on it. So getting a little bit of luck, or creating a little bit of our own luck tonight, and Jack's up 2-0 in the turnover battle, which is a good sign because it's been exactly the opposite for the first 2 games this year.
So after the fumble recovery by the Lumberjacks, they'll have the ball 1st and 10 on the Rusk 42-yard line. To Carlos Sanchez in the shotgun, 2 receivers to his left. It's a handoff to Xander Arambula, who lowers the shoulder, and he'll plow through to get down to the Rusk 38-yard line. So good carry there on 1st down for Arambula. 2nd down coming up.
Not a bad play right there for the Lumberjacks. Just a read handoff, and Arambula takes it, tucks in right up the middle, right up the center's butt there, and then gets some good yardage on 1st down. That's what Diboll needs to be doing on these 1st down plays.
2nd down once again for the Lumberjacks. Ball on the Rusk 39-yard line. Sanchez in the shotgun. It's another handoff this time to Arambula, who makes a nice cut, and he's going to be brought down at about the 35-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 34. So the Lumberjacks just need 2 more yards here on 3rd down.
Basically the same play right there. Quick snap, handoff to the running back. Arambula tucks it, goes to the right side, tucks it inside, gets in behind those big bodies on the offensive line, and gets another 4 yards. So that's what you need out of your 1st and 2nd down. I mean, you're looking here at the position you're in, Alec. We probably got two downs to make a 1st down right now. I'm sure that's what Morrison's thinking.
3rd down and 2 for the Lumberjacks as there's early movement from the offensive line. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty and back them up 3rd here and long.
Yeah, we got to get that corrected. I'm not sure what we've got going on 3rd downs that's causing guys to false start and get going early. But that's something you got to get corrected. You can't keep turning 3rd down and 1, 3rd down and 2 into 3rd down and 7. That's not a very good recipe for success over the course of a football game.
3rd and 7 for the Lumberjacks. So the ball is spotted back at the Rusk 39-yard line. Just wanted to give you all a friendly reminder to engage with us in the live chat here on YouTube. So just please be sure to comment in where you're listening in from, and we'll be sure to shout you out. So Lumberjack offense on 3rd down. Carlos Sanchez dropping back to pass. He's looking deep for his target, and it is going to be incomplete. No flags on the play. Has looked very similar to the NFC Championship game between the Rams and Saints. It looked just like it, but no flags on the play, and the Lumberjack sideline is irate, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
I'm actually going to disagree, Alec. I think that was a really good job by that safety from Rusk. Timing that hit, DeCarlos Sanchez made a very good throw, but probably put a little too much air underneath it. Safety looked like he was beat. I thought for sure we were going to have a 1st down, potentially a touchdown there, but looked like right when the Diboll wide receiver's hands contacted the football, the Rusk defender contacted him. But Diboll's lining up to go for it here on 4th down.
4th and 7 for the Lumberjacks after the incomplete pass to Carlos Sanchez. Dropping back, he's looking to the right side, just overthrows Aaron Robbins, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. Turnover on downs, and the Jacks defense coming back out onto the field.
That's unfortunate for Diboll. You get a turnover, you're in good field position, and a penalty kills a drive there. A third down penalty kills a drive, but DeCarlo Sanchez actually threw 2 very good balls there. Russ defensively made a great play, and then Diboll, that ball went right through a receiver's hands. But to be honest with you, I don't think he would have had the first down anyways. He looked like he was about 2 yards short unless he broke a tackle. So defense just got to come back out and get another turnover or make a big stop here.
1st and 10 for the Eagles from their own 40-yard line after the turnover on downs from the Lumberjacks. It's going to be a direct handoff to Kaiserian Teague, who breaks through the hole. He's got nothing but green in front of him. He's at the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown Eagles on their first play of the series.
Yeah, that's how you turn the football game around right there. Rusk with a simple, it's just a power to the running back there, and I'm not sure where everybody cleared out to, but there was a huge hole right there in the center of the field. Running back hits the hole hard and breaks open.
That's a 60-yard touchdown run for Rusk, and it's going to be a swinging gate once again. Adrian Tumblin trying to take it around the right side, and he's going to get the 2-point conversion. So that'll put the score at 7 ahead for the Rusk Eagles as they take the lead once again, 14-7 with a minute 48 remaining here in this first quarter of action. As you're listening to Diboll Lumberjack football on YouTube through C4 Media.
For the best in quality, we are the one.
America loves a winner. The proof is in our fascination with sports. In the years since Terrell Insurance Agency has been here, we've witnessed 25 World Series championships and Super Bowls. It's a fact that good teams come and go. A team that wins it all one year might finish at the bottom just a few years later. At Terrell Insurance Agency, we pride ourselves on our stability. Through all the years, we've been able to say we are the one, through the good times and the bad. You can count on us. That's a promise from our family to yours. Terrell Insurance Agency, 902 North Temple Drive.
Let me set the record straight for a minute. Hate, I get it, say it with 'em. I don't give a f. I'm cool with it. Player, peep the fans with 'em. Yeah, they gon' remember my. Yeah, you and I, they already. He ain't outlaw getting off.
14-7 is our new score after the 60-yard touchdown run a moment ago from Kaiserian Teague, and the extra point was good. So the Eagles extend their lead by 7 points with a minute 48 remaining in this first quarter of action, as the Lumberjacks have 2 returners back deep to receive from about their own 10-yard line. On the near side is Tyrese McMillan. On the far side is Aaron Robbins. It's going to be a sky-high kick, and it will be fielded by Joseph Parrish as he calls for the fair catch at about the 28-yard line. That's where the Lumberjacks will set up 1st and 10 offensively.
Looks like Russ learned their lesson about kicking the ball towards Tyrese McMillan. I doubt he'll get a chance to get his hands on another kickoff all night. Same following up Diboll with that little pooch kick to the up back there. Diboll just calls for a fair catch. Going to have decent starting field position at the 29-yard line. Got to shake off what just happened to you, come back out and score some points right here and answer that quick strike by the Rusk Eagles.
We'll see what the Jacks can do offensively. 1st and 10 as they spot the ball from their own 30-yard line, just as you said that number, Draylon. So it's DeCarlo Sanchez, the quarterback, as in to carry the ball this time is A.J. Emmons, and he's going to be bottled up by a host of Eagle defenders. It's had about 5 guys swarming him. It's going to bring up 2nd down and about a loss of 2 on the play for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, A.J. Emmons there. He's got to learn, which he's a young player, but he's got to learn that whenever you take that handoff, there's not going to be a lot of time in the backfield here at the varsity level. And plant your foot and go north, young man. He tried to break out to the outside to avoid defensive linemen, and just not going to be able to do that at this level unless you're super, super fast.
So 2nd down and 13 from the Lumberjack 27-yard line. Sanchez dropping back to pass. He's looking deep for Jackson Taylor, and he just overthrows him. The pass is going to come up incomplete, and that will bring up 3rd down and 13 for the Lumberjacks.
It was actually a pretty good throw there by Sanchez. Taylor just only able to get one hand on it. Probably needed just a tad more air under it, whereas the throw earlier was a little too much air. He probably didn't put quite enough on that pass, and Taylor was only able to get one hand on it. Unfortunately, brings up very long for the Lumberjacks.
Lumberjacks have 14 seconds remaining on the play clock to see if they can get the play off in time with the ball spotted on the 27-yard line. Lumberjacks need to get to the 40. The time ticking, 2 seconds, and the Lumberjacks may have to burn a timeout, and that's what they'll go ahead and do with just about a second remaining on the play clock.
And a little bit confusing right there. Just not much urgency coming out of that Diboll huddle. Even once they broke the huddle and there was only a few seconds before to snap the ball, just not much movement, not much urgency. Definitely hate to see them spend a timeout here at the end of the first quarter like that, which for some reason, maybe that's the timeout clock. I'm not sure, but no, they just now stopped it. I think we just lost about 15 seconds off the game clock for some reason because it kept running. But yeah, either way, 3rd and long here. We don't want to do anything foolish, Alec. Let's do something. Let's make a smart play call here. Screen pass, have a draw. I don't know. 3rd and long. Set us up in a position to get another good punt off.
So pending the correction to the time clock, it is 33 seconds left here in the first quarter as the Lumberjacks and Eagles, after having final discussions, trotting back out onto the field on this 3rd and 13 play. So it looks like the officials are getting set from both of their sides of the field. The referee waiting signal, and we'll go ahead and get play started on 3rd and 13. It's Carlos Sanchez in the shotgun. It's a play action pass. He's looking down the middle for his intended target, Keevy Dillon. He catches it. And then he was down. They're going to rule him down as the ball rolled out of him, and it's going to be spotted at the 36-yard line, but the Lumberjacks 4 yards shy. It's going to bring up 4th down, and here comes the punt unit.
Well, that was terrifying. It looked like they tried to set up some kind of screen pass or a wide receiver delayed pass, something right there in the center of the field. And Sanchez did get the throw off with pressure in his face right into 3 Rusk defenders, but somehow it made it through the deal, and he caught it. Not a bad gain there on 3rd down, but brings up 4th down for the Lumberjacks, and as the 3rd quarter expires. So Lumberjacks will be punting the football whenever we come back.
So after one, the Rusk Eagles with the 14-7 lead over the Diboll Lumberjacks. You're listening to Diboll Lumberjack football on YouTube through C4 Media.
You can depend on a Mueller metal roof.
We were fortunate enough to be able to build a house on family land, and we've really enjoyed being out here.
We couldn't ask for a better place to raise our boys.
Our home builder, I don't believe, had ever had an experience with working with Mueller and had nothing but great things to say about the company, about the process.
Everybody was professional.
If anybody mentions the word metal, we say we know a guy and give them the phone number to Mueller.
Find out more at MuellerINC.com.
For the best in quality, we are the one.
America loves a winner. The proof is in our fascination with sports. In the years since Terrell Insurance Agency has been here, we've witnessed 25 World Series championships and Super Bowls. It's a fact that good teams come and go. A team that wins it all one year might finish at the bottom just a few years later. At Terrell Insurance Agency, we pride ourselves on our stability. Through all the years, we've been able to say we are the one, through the good times and the bad. You can count on us. That's a promise from our family to yours. Terrell Insurance Agency, 902 North Temple Drive.
Let me set the record straight for a minute. Hate, I get it. Stay with 'em.
Getting the second quarter started as Eli Terrell is on to handle the punt as it's going to bounce out of bounds inside of the Rusk 42-yard line. And after the change in quarters, the Lumberjacks will be moving right to left, the Eagles left to right.
Not a great punt there, unfortunately. We needed a pretty good one. Terrell didn't do poorly there, just kind of pushed it off the right side of his foot, and ball landed right at the sideline and took a Diboll roll, but it was out of bounds by the time it was rolling. So Russ set up here, good field position, 1st down and 10 at their own 42-yard line. Hopefully Diboll's corrected whatever went wrong on that last one-play drive.
So out comes the Rusk offense and Jack's defense here on 1st and 10 with 11:53 left to go in the second quarter. Bentley Moore in the shotgun set, the sophomore quarterback for Rusk. It's going to be a direct handoff to Kaiserian Teague, and he is going to be bottled up immediately by a swarm of Lumberjack defensive linemen. Bring up no gain on the play for 2nd down.
Rusk comes back out, runs the same play they just scored on. Diboll does a much better job this time. Defensive line gets some penetration and gets their hands on the running back right as he's getting to the line of scrimmage. No gain for the Eagles. 2nd down and 10.
The Eagles breaking the huddle as they'll go back to the same look as last time with 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Bentley Moore in the shotgun with the back offset to his left side. Moore's dropping back to pass. He's looking to his left, and he's just going to underthrow his intended target, and the pass is going to come up incomplete, 3rd down.
Eagles running a smash route to the twin side, to the near side here with their twin set. Inside receiver runs a rail stop concept. Outside receiver runs a slant across the middle. Diboll did a good job covering it. They were in zone defense. McMillan was right there, but the throw was wide anyways. Brings up 3rd down and long for the Rusk Eagles. Diboll with a chance to get off the field quickly here if they can get one more stop.
3rd and 10 for the Eagles from their own 42-yard line after the incomplete pass from Bentley Moore to Jaden Burton. As it's going to be a jet motion pass once again. Adrian Tumblin breaks 2 tackles, and he's going to run out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. No gain on the play. It'll bring up 4th down for the Eagles, and here comes their punt team.
Much better job defending that jet motion sweep play that time. The defensive end on the far side pushes, gets off his block and forces him to go further back. Was one missed tackle, but he never even made it back to the line of scrimmage. Loss of 1.5 there. And Rusk will be lining up to punt here. Diboll getting the ball back early in the 2nd quarter.
So 3 and out for the Eagles as they will bring out their punt unit. Tyrese McMillan is back deep to receive for the Lumberjacks from about his own 23-yard line. As the Eagles will get the punt off in time, it is Jacoby Alderate handling it as Tyrese McMillan will field it at about the 15-yard line. Breaks the tackle around the near side, trying to dance around. Instead, he'll be brought down and cleaned up at the 18-yard line. So that's what the Lumberjacks are going to set up 1st and 10 after the return from McMillan.
Outstanding punt by the Rusk Eagles right there. That ball high and just a beautiful spiraling kick all the way down to the 15-yard line. McMillan actually fielded it over his shoulder and had to turn around and run. Nice job by him fielding that punt and not letting it roll down to the closer to the goal line. So good job potentially saving Diboll some field position. 1st and 10 Jacks here right at the 19. Alec got a chance to go down and maybe punch a ball across the goal line here and tie this ball game up.
We'll see what the Jackson do offensively with 10:52 left to go in this first half of action. The Eagles with a 14-7 lead here as the Lumberjack offense trotting out onto the field. As again, it's DeCarlos Sanchez making his 2nd start of the season this evening at quarterback, as he will go ahead and take it himself on a quarterback design keep with a stiff arm. He's going to carry the Rusk defender with him for about a gain of 1 on the play, possibly a loss. It's going to bring up 2nd down.
Just a little too much east and west right there, trying to push it outside rather than tucking it up inside. Rush defender's doing a good job. Defensive line is doing a good job of stonewalling Diboll right at the point of attack so far tonight, and Sanchez just not quick enough to get around that outside defender.
2nd down and 10 after the carry from DeCarlos Sanchez as the Lumberjacks breaking the huddle. The 2 receiver set. It's going to be 1 receivers on both sides. It's the tight shotgun set. Sanchez will hand it off to Arambula, who bursts through the hole, bouncing it outside. He's got a 1st down, lowering the shoulder, pushed out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. So Lumberjacks have more than enough needed for a 1st down from Arambula.
Nice job by that big offensive line right there, creating a hole off the right side. And Arambula runs up inside, then plants his foot and hits it outside around the linebackers. Gets forced out of bounds by the safety, but that is one of the most positive plays of the night for the Lumberjacks. Very nice run right there. Very nice blocking by the offensive line.
So after the run from Xander Arambula, the ball is spotted on the 37-yard line of Diboll. Again, they're moving right to left for those listening back at home. As the Lumberjacks break in the huddle, 1st and 10. They'll go with the tight shotgun set once again with the 2 receiver set to the right. They're bringing Jackson Taylor in motion. It's going to be a fake motion. Sanchez just going to take it himself. So he'll be chopped down for about a gain of 3 on the play down to the 40. It's going to bring up 2nd down for the Lumberjacks.
Fake the jet sweep motion. Sanchez straight ahead off of the right side and puts his head down for a good 3 or 4 yard gain. Moving the ball here early in the 2nd quarter.
So 2nd down and 7 to go for the Lumberjacks from their own 40-yard line after the 3-yard carry just a few seconds ago from Sanchez. It's the tight set. Sanchez dropping back to pass. He's looking deep for Aaron Robbins, and he's being interfered with all day. There go the flags that time.
Yeah, that'll definitely be defensive pass interference right there. DeCarlos Sanchez throws a nice ball down that right sideline, lays it outside. Rusk defender looked to be in good position, but for whatever reason, he stopped his feet and absolutely just ran right into Robbins and kept him from going on to catch the football. Was a good ball and a good job by Robbins fighting through contact and willing Diboll to a first down.
So it will be a pass interference called on the Eagles. So as a result, the Lumberjacks will have the ball in Rusk territory at the 45-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks with 8:41 remaining here in the second quarter. Eagles with a 14-7 lead. So the umpire scooting the ball back just a little bit more, and then we'll go ahead and await the signal to resume play. And we will 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks, as it's going to be another handoff to Arambula. It's Arambula cutting it inside, and he's going to be brought down at about the Rusk 42-yard line for pickup of 3 on the play to bring up 2nd down.
Xander taking that handoff to the left side this time. Starts outside, plants his foot, and gets upfield. And he's a jitterbug the way he runs, man. He just his feet are so quick and choppy. His steps are so choppy, and gets up in there for 3 good yards on 1st down for the Lumberjacks.
2nd down and 7. Lumberjacks go with the tight shotgun set as Carlos Sanchez dropping back to pass. And he's going to connect with Aaron Robbins on the out route. The ball is spotted right at the 1st down marker. He may be shy of the 1st down. Yep, he's just shy. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 1, but nice pitch and catch there from Sanchez to Robbins.
That was an awfully dangerous pass. Robbins runs a quick out route. Defender reads it all the way and breaks on it, but Sanchez makes a nice throw and puts it just over that Rusk defender's outstretched fingertips, and Robbins able to grab onto it and hold on to it for 3rd down and short right here.
So 3rd and short, the Lumberjack receivers getting set over on the left side of the formation. It's Dill and Robbins. Sanchez taking the snap. He's handing it off directly to Arambula, and he's bottled up immediately, but they're trying to push the ball forward, and he's going to be brought down at the 39-yard line. So a loss in the play. It'll bring up 4th down for the Lumberjacks.
Once again, a 3rd down play that just goes nowhere. Russ doing a great job that time fighting through the offensive line, and they had 3 guys in the backfield before Diboll could get going on that play. Brings up a 4th down and about 3 yards here for the Lumberjacks. Big decision here for Morrison to either play for field position or to go for a 1st down.
So here we go, 4th and 4 for the Lumberjacks. Ball spotted on the Rusk 38-yard line as they break the huddle. They need to get to the 35-yard line. Sanchez dropping back to pass. He's looking over to Aaron Robbins' way, and it goes in and out of his hands on the out route, and it's going to be another turnover on downs for the Lumberjacks.
Sanchez leaves that ball a little bit too high. His receiver does a nice job going up and trying to high point that football. But ball's just thrown a little too high. Sanchez has got to bring that down to his face mask where he can make a good catch there. Would have been a 1st down, but unfortunately, Diboll turns the ball over on downs. And Rusk is in business on their own 38-yard line.
Out comes the Jacks defense and Rusk offense once again with 6:31 remaining here in this first half of action. The Eagles with a 14-7 lead over the Lumberjacks. Bentley Moore, the sophomore quarterback, leading the charge for the Eagles offensively. The 2 receivers set to his right, 1 to his left, and it's going to be a direct handoff to Kaiserian Teague, who breaks the tackle, and he will be brought down at about his own 44-yard line. On the stop for the Lumberjacks was Aiden Morris and Jesus Flores. It's going to bring up 2nd down for the Eagles.
Yeah, Diboll had a chance to get him in the backfield right there, just wasn't able to do it, and he gains 6 yards, brings up 2nd down and medium here for the Eagles. Diboll's defense going to kind of have to bow their necks here with only 6 minutes remaining in this first half. Need to get a stop, get off the field, and put your offense back on the field right here.
2nd down and 4 for the Eagles from their own 43-yard line. Moore in the shotgun high snap. He's able to get it off in time. It's an out route to Adrian Tumblin, who jukes out a would-be defender, and there's nothing but green in front of him. Aiden Moore's trying to give chase, and Adrian Tumblin will walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles.
Oh, that's just unfortunate, man. Diboll just defender on that side giving a little too much cushion. He runs a quick out route, and defender just absolutely whiffs on the tackle, and nobody else on that side of the field to make the stop. He gets downfield, scores a touchdown, and Russ comes out in the swinging gate, but now they're swapping over to extra point try here. Going to kick an extra point before halftime.
So the Eagles record a 58-yard touchdown catch from Adrian Tumblin by way of Bentley Moore, and it's going to be a bad snap, and the kicker's just going to have to do it himself. He's going to take it around the near side, and instead he'll be met up by Jackson Taylor on the stop. So our score will remain at 20-7 with 5:37 remaining in the first half of action. You're listening to Diboll Lumberjack Football on YouTube through C4 Media.
C4 Media Productions proudly supports the Diboll Lumberjacks. Based at 205 North Temple, we are your one-stop shop for all of your video and social media needs. Whether you need a captivating TV commercial or a full social media marketing strategy to help drive sales, we've got you covered. Call us at 936-304-0707 or visit c4mediapros.com. C4 Media Productions. Reliable service, amazing results.
For the best in quality, we are the one.
America loves a winner. The proof is in our fascination with sports. In the years since Terrell Insurance Agency has been here, we've witnessed 25 World Series championships and Super Bowls. It's a fact that good teams come and go. A team that wins it all one year might finish at the bottom just a few years later. At Terrell Insurance Agency, we pride ourselves on our stability. Through all the years, we've been able to say we are the one, through the good times and the bad. You can count on us. That's a promise from our family to yours. Terrell Insurance Agency, 902 North Temple Drive.
Let me set the record straight for a minute. Hate, I get it. Say it with 'em.
20-7 is our score after the Bentley Moore touchdown pitch and catch to Adrian Tumblin, as the Eagles kickoff unit will kick it away, and it's a sky-high kick fielded by Aiden Morris at about around his own 30-yard line. So the ball will be spotted at the 28 as he fair catches it. 1st and 10 coming up for the Lumberjacks.
Well, big moment right here in this ball game with 5 minutes and 37 seconds left in the first half. Diboll really needs to respond here. You can't keep getting drives going and then turning the ball over on 4th downs and then giving up quick scores on defense. It's just not a long-term recipe for success as a football team. Right now, you have to settle down. You have to drive down the field and put the ball in the end zone before halftime and get things going again.
Here comes the Jacks offense, 1st and 10 with receivers on both sides of the formation. They're going back to that tight shotgun look as Xander Rambula will take it up the middle, and he'll get a nice gain on the play down to about the 43-yard line. And it's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks.
A nice little run there for Rambula. Just takes that handoff and quickly bursts upfield for a nice gain on 1st down. 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks going forward.
The Lumberjacks, you're in the huddle as they await the play. So it looks like it's Coach Davis on the sideline relaying it to Aaron Robbins, who's relaying the play for here in the huddle with 10 seconds remaining on the play clock. Lumberjacks got to move urgently here. 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line. Again, they're moving right to left. But the two receivers set to the left. Aaron Robbins coming in motion. He will get it on the handoff. He will bounce it outside, sheds a tackle, breaks the jersey tackle, and he'll be brought down inside Rusk territory at the 49-yard line. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 after the run from Robbins.
Nice run right there from Robbins, a jet sweep motion, get it to the outside, get Rusk moving side to side a little bit, and does the job and picks up 8 yards on 1st down. Nice little broken tackle there and getting north and south. So Diboll moving now, 4:24, 24-22 left on the clock as they continue moving down the field.
2nd and 2 coming up for the Lumberjacks after the run from Aaron Robbins. It's going to be another run this time for Xander Rambula, and Rambula will be brought down for a 1-yard gain on the play as the ball spotted at the 48-yard line of Rusk. It'll bring up 3rd and 1.
Big 3rd down right here. The previous few 3rd downs, Diboll has ran into a brick wall, and the Rusk Eagles defense lost yardage or shot themselves in the foot with penalties. So it's something you can't have happen right now. 3:47 on the clock. Clock's ticking down to the end of the first half. This is where you have to execute.
Jacks trailing by 13 as they break the huddle here on 3rd and 1. Sanchez in the shotgun, Rambula to his left, and it'll be a handoff to Rambula, and he's going to get the 1st down. He needed 1 yard. Instead, he's going to get 3. So to move the chains for the Jacks, the ball will be spotted right at the Rusk 45-yard line.
Did exactly what they needed to right there. Opened up a hole on the right side. Arambula takes it to the right side. First down, Diboll. Get you a new set of downs here. Plenty of time still on this game, on this clock in the first half. So just got to keep moving the ball down the field, and hopefully we'll hit a chunk play here in a minute or two.
First and 10 for the Jacks from the Rusk 44-yard line after the run from Arambula. Carlos Sanchez dropping back to pass. He's looking over to the middle for his intended target, Kevion Dill, and the pass is going to come up incomplete, second down.
I like the thought there. Try to hit a play downfield, but that's only a 2 wide receiver route, and there really just was not open. Honestly, if I was Sanchez, I'd have probably tucked that ball and ran it. Just a little bit of a dangerous pass across the middle there for the situation Diboll's in, but no harm, no foul. So second down and 10 here for the Lumberjacks.
So the play being relayed to Jackson Taylor, who's coming in to give the play to the huddle with 7 seconds remaining on the play clock. It's going to be an empty backfield look to Carlos Sanchez, the lone man in the backfield. One receiver to his left is Kevi Dill. Sanchez is going to take it himself, tuck it and run, lowering the shoulder and then some, and he's going to be brought down inside of the 34-yard line of Rusk. Awesome run there on the play for Sanchez, and it's first and 10 Lumberjacks.
Yeah, just a sensational effort there by DeCarlos Sanchez. Nice hole opened up on the left side by the offensive line. Really finished that run strong, put a Rusk defender on his back and stepped right across the top of him for a first down.
So first and 10 for the Lumberjacks after the run by Sanchez. The ball is spotted on the 34-yard line. The Lumberjacks have 2:33 remaining in the first half, down by 13. It's 20-7. Lumberjacks looking to get one more play off in time before the 2-minute warning. So Sanchez taking the snap, handing it off to Arambula, bursts through the hole, and he's going to be chopped down right at the 30-yard line of Rusk. So the clock will tick. The clock should tick down to the 2-minute warning, pending anything crazy here.
Yeah, nice run, nice pickup right there on first down, 4.5 yards. Looks like Morrison just going to take it on down to the 2-minute timeout and get another good play call in here. Diboll starting to threaten the Rusk end zone 30 yards away with 2 minutes left.
So that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. You're listening to Diboll Lumberjack Football on YouTube through C4 Media.
Attention East Texas. When it comes to welding, fabrication, hydroblasting, sandblasting, vacuum truck services, and plant maintenance, there's only one name you need to know. PPR Industrial Services. Located in Lufkin, Texas, PPR delivers top quality services with 24/7 support. With a mission to exceed customer expectations, PPR focuses on safety and excellence in every job. Call them today at 936-676-0982 and let PPR handle your toughest projects. PPR Industrial Services, where quality matters.
What's in a name, a reputation to bring you service and quality? What's in a name?
There are so many questions to consider when choosing the right auto insurance. Liability coverage, comprehensive, how much coverage is enough? We can help you make sure you're getting the protection that's right for you. Terrell Insurance Agency is the name to know. 902 North Temple Drive, Terrell Insurance Agency.
Second down and about 6 to go. DeCarlos Sanchez just going to take it himself up the gut, and he will be brought down at the 24-yard line of Rusk, and he will get just enough for a first down for the Lumberjacks.
Same play there that they ran on the previous third down when Sanchez had the big run and the big hit on the Rusk defender, and he's able to pick up another first down right here.
Lumberjacks moving quickly here with less than 2 minutes remaining in the first half. As Xander Rambler take it around the side, making a few more cuts, and then some. He'll be brought down from behind right inside of the red zone at the Rusk 14-yard line. So Lumberjacks got to move here with 1:28 remaining here in the first half of action. It's going to bring up first and 10 for the Jacks.
Nice play right there. Nice play design. Handed the ball to Xander on the right side and cuts it up for another big first down.
So on first and 10 for the Lumberjacks, they have the ball on the Rusk 14, and there's a flag marker down from this near side. We saw early movement from the other side, but let's see what the call is here.
Looked like defense shifted, and when they shifted, the offensive lineman jumped, so they're going to call false start on the Lumberjacks.
So as a result of that, the Lumberjacks will have the ball 1st and 15, still in the red zone, but down at the 19-yard line with 1:10 remaining in the clock here in the second quarter of action. Lumberjacks breaking the huddle on 1st and 15. It's a tight set with the 2 tight ends set to the right, and Ricardo Garcia lined up the tight end lined up on the left side as Xander Rambula will be the back lined up left of DeCarlo Sanchez as we're waiting looks like must be a comms issue going on or a clock issue.
Looked like they had a 10-second runoff because of the penalty.
Yep, there we go. It was 1:10, and then they brought it down to a minute exact. So we're just awaiting the official signal from the referee to resume play. And here we go. The minute remaining, Jacks down by 13, 20-7, with a minute left in the first quarter. 1st and 15 to Carlos Sanchez. Is going to hand it off to Xander Rambula, who cuts it outside, then back inside, down to about the 11-yard line. So Lumberjacks still moving the ball here, getting those positive gains on 1st and 10.
Yeah, about a good 8 yards. That's the same play they ran previously for the first down. Nice little run there by Xander again. We got a Rusk player down on the field. Looks like clock's going to be stopped right here.
So the injury timeout is for Aiden Adams, but he's up and walking off on his own power, a little bit with a limp, though, so that's always good to see. So the Lumberjacks going to head back to the sideline here for the injury timeout as they tend to the injured Eagle, Aiden Adams. So it's good to see that he's up and walking on his own power, although with a limp.
Yeah, he got back up pretty quickly right there.
So after the injury timeout, 2nd down, it's an 8 to go for the Lumberjacks. Carlos Sanchez faking the handoff, taking it himself, trying to dance around, and he'll be brought down inside of the 5-yard line with 26 seconds remaining, and the Lumberjacks are going to burn their 2nd timeout here in the first half. They'll have one remaining after this, but I like where the Lumberjacks are set.
Yeah, this is the type of drive you needed. This is exactly what you wanted if you were Morrison when we took over there after the Rusk score. You are driving the ball down the field, really moving it at will. Rusk defense looks a little gassed out there right now. Diboll's really just mashing the football, nothing but runs here lately and gashing them 7-8 yards a pop. That was a nice keeper there by DeCarlo Sanchez around the left side. That's that quarterback wrap play, fake the handoff to Xander and hit it off the left side for another 6-7 yards and brings up 3rd down and short here for the Lumberjacks with 25 seconds. Got to call your best play right here. You want to get a 1st down. You don't want the clock to still be running with a 4th down coming up. So really need to get a 1st down here. The clock will stop momentarily. That'll give you enough time to call another play. And then if you're still not in the end zone, you can call a timeout and consider a couple passes before the clock runs out. So be interesting to see what Morrison does and how they set this up and what the play call here is on 3rd down.
We'll see what the Lumberjacks do as they will come back out onto the field, as well as the Rusk Eagles defense with 3rd down and 1 from the Eagle 6-yard line. So it's going to be a tight shotgun set once again. 2 tight ends lined up to the right, 1 to the left, and Rambula is the running back lined up left side of Sanchez. So here we go, 25 seconds left in the first half. A man in motion, that's A.J. Emmons. Sanchez taking himself around the left side. He has the 1st down, and he's plowing it down inside of the 1-yard line. So the Lumberjacks get the 1st down, and it looks like Morrison's going to go ahead and burn his final timeout here in the first half as they'll head back to the drawing board after that awesome run there from DeCarlo Sanchez.
Yeah, I like the play call, I like the play design right there. You come back out in that same shotgun tight look with a wing back to the right side. Bring the wing back across the formation to the left with the motion, and then just run a basically 18 power off left tackle. And Sanchez just does a good job working, weaving his way down through defenders and all the way to the 1-yard line. You set yourself up right here with a 1st and goal at the 1. What can't happen right now is we can't get tackled behind the line of scrimmage. You have no timeouts left. There's not much. There's 18 seconds left on the clock. So you get tackled behind the line of scrimmage, the chances of you getting back on the ball and spiking the football before the clock runs out are not great. So This is another situation. We need our best play call right here. We need our best execution to punch this in the end zone before halftime.
So here we go. 18 seconds left in the first half. Jacks down by 13. It's first and goal for the Lumberjacks from the Eagle 1-yard line. Sanchez in that tight shotgun look once again, and he's going to plow into the end zone. Touchdown, Lumberjacks. On the carry that time, Xander Arambula.
Yeah, that was terrifying there. Xander takes the handoff around the right end. Looked like there was a good hole there, and he turns upfield, and a Rusk defender hits him right at the goal line, and it was a battle there for just a moment. Looked like Xander stretched the ball out across the goal line, and before he was pushed backwards by the Rusk Eagles. And Diboll with a touchdown here, chance to tie the ball game at 14 with 14 seconds left going into halftime.
So that's the first score of the year for Xander Arambula, the junior running back. Ivan Gomez on for the extra point try. He got his first attempt earlier, and here's this second attempt. The kick is up, and it is good. So the Lumberjacks will trim their deficit down to 6 with 14 seconds remaining here in the first half of action. So Draylon, going back to that touchdown run, what did you see out of that?
Just more good work by the Lumberjacks there. The right side of that offensive line really kind of dominated that drive. Most of the larger runs we had were to the right side with Xander, and then faking the ball to Xander and going back to the left side with DeCarlos Sanchez seemed to work really well. So really nice drive, really nice plan by Morrison in the offense. I say Morrison, by the offensive coordinator. Spent almost every single second off of that clock. You got 14 seconds left here before halftime. Just don't mess this up, right? Get the ball to the guy, get the guy down on the ground. Don't give up a big run here. Put ourselves in a bad spot before halftime. Diboll gets the ball after half, so you just drove down and scored. You got within 6 points. Have a nice kickoff here. Do a good job. Get the man on the ground, and let's get into halftime and come back out with a chance to tie the game or take the lead.
14 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Jacks now down by 6 after the touchdown run from Xander Arambula. Ivan Gomez on to handle the kickoff duties for the Lumberjacks. And it's a short squib kick and it'll be fielded at the 39-yard line of the Eagles. So that'll take a second off the clock. So 13 seconds left here in the first half of action.
Well, we'll see what Russ does. 13 seconds left. Ball on the 38-yard line. That's been a very consistent starting point for the Eagles tonight. It'll be interesting to see what the Rusk coaches decide to do. You have the lead. You don't have to do anything drastic here. Do they come out? Do they take a knee and push it on into halftime, or do they try and go for a score here and get a cheap one right before halftime?
So see what the Eagles offense does offensively with 13 seconds left in the first half of action. As it'll be twins receiver sets to both sides of the formation. It's an empty backfield with the quarterback Bentley Moore in the shotgun. So it looks like the Eagles will go ahead and take a deep shot as the Lumberjacks rushing 4 as he connects with Malachi Overstreet right at midfield, and he's going to run out of bounds with 5 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Russ goes no backs in the backfield, 5 wide receiver set, runs 4 verticals deep to run the defenders off, and then brings that receiver across the middle for a 12-yard gain. Just trying to set up an opportunity to throw to the end zone right here. That's what that was about. Get enough yardage where you think your quarterback can get the ball to the end zone with 5 seconds left. So I fully anticipate. Matter of fact, we have a backup quarterback in the game. So I'm guessing this kid's got a little bit stronger arm, and he's going to be the guy they trust to throw it to the end zone.
So the quarterback this time is Ross Davis with 5 seconds remaining, and the Lumberjacks bringing pressure. Barrett Price nearly gets a hand on him, and the ball is going to be thrown deep, and it's nearly intercepted by the Lumberjacks. It was Aaron Robbins who had it in his hands, and it came up incomplete. And they're going to record it as a Lumberjack turnover, and that'll take us to the end of the first half of action. The Rusk Eagles ahead of the Diboll Lumberjacks by a score of 20-14 after one half. So going into halftime, that's our score as you're listening to Diboll Lumberjack football on YouTube through C4 Media.
Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Diboll Lumberjack athletics for over 30 years. From the Lumberjack Cups of the 90s and the touchdown footballs of the 2000s, Terrell Insurance has been there for the Jacks. Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Lumberjack fans off the field as well. For all of your insurance needs, visit Terrell Insurance in Diboll.
Made in America. A simple idea that means everything at Mueller Metal Roofs and Buildings. It means local branches, dealing with friends and neighbors you trust. It means innovation, leading the way with better solutions. It means caring about our products and even more about the people who use them. It means pride in a job well done. Mueller, made in America, made to last.
At halftime, it's the Rusk Eagles ahead of the Diboll Lumberjacks by a score of 20-14. We'll take a look at how we got here as the Eagles drew first blood with a 39-yard touchdown run from Adrian Tumblin. The 2-point try was no good, 6-0 Rusk. And the Lumberjacks answered back with a Carlos Sanchez to Ricardo Garcia 7-yard touchdown pass. Extra point good. Diboll goes up 7-6. And then the Eagles extending their lead by 2 touchdowns thanks to a 60-yard touchdown run from Kassirian Teague and a 58-yard touchdown pass from Bentley Moore to Adrian Tumblin. And then the Lumberjacks answered in the close to the end of the first half with a Xander Rambula 1-yard touchdown run. That brings us up to our score 20-14 here at halftime from Eagle Stadium here in Rusk, Texas, as we take a quick recap, and then we'll send it over to the district spotlight here in a moment. Just want to give Draylon time here to share his thoughts here of the first half.
It's a really good football game, man. A really good football game between two old district rivals that we used to see play each other every single year, no matter what, whether we were in district together or not. You always saw Rusk at some point during the year, and been a really good football game. The big play has bitten Diboll tonight. You take away the two big plays, one immediately after a turnover, one immediately after a turnover on downs, and you take those two big plays away, basically one play drives, and Diboll's in a catbird seat right here. They've played pretty well to this point, but those big plays will get you. Those big plays will cost you a ball game. Turnovers will cost you a ball game. So right now they're ahead in the turnover battle. If you look at just actual turnovers, but if you include turnover on downs, it's a lot different ball game. Diboll, they're moving the ball, but they're not putting it in the end zone on every drive, not finishing every drive, and then we're not punting. We are losing the ball to turnover on down, so that makes it tough for your defense. So we'll see what they do, what adjustments they make here at halftime, and I'm betting this is going to be a pretty exciting ball game right down to the end.
Halftime score, it's the Rusk Eagles ahead of the Diboll Lumberjacks by a score of 20-14. Before we send it over to the district spotlight, I'd just like to shout out some people who have been engaging with the live chat on YouTube, as earlier in the first half, Aaron Robbins had a nice run. And guess who's commenting? His older brother, Zach Phipps, who is a receiver at West Texas A&M. Zach, thank you for listening in and complimenting and listening in to your little brother. And I'd like to also recognize Lolly, who said, make sure to hit that thumbs up and share this broadcast with your friends. She says, go Jacks. Thank you, Lolly, for commenting that. We also have Mr. Random, who is tuning in from SFA, and he says, go Eagles. So I'd like to thank you, Mr. Random, for listening in. Although you're cheering for the Eagles, we're just really glad we're bringing you the broadcast. So again, halftime score, Rusk Eagles 20, Diboll Lumberjacks 14. Now time to send it over to the district spotlight with Dr. Igor Gusyakov.
Welcome to the District Spotlight. Today, we're going to step away from the football field for a very special conversation with Dr. Gusyakov, Dr. G as he's known, the new superintendent for Diboll ISD. Dr. G comes to Diboll with a wealth of experience in education and leadership, and he's stepping into his new role at an exciting time for our district. Dr. G, thank you so much for joining us today on the broadcast.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, Dr. G, for those in Diboll who may not know you yet, can you share a little bit about your background and what brought you here to Diboll?
So first of all, I'm a husband and a dad. My wife is a teacher. She teaches 4th grade reading here in Diboll. And we have 2 kids. Brian, he is 7 years old. He is 2nd grade here in Diboll. And Vera, she is 3. She goes to daycare. And so we are a family of educators, and being here in Diboll is a family affair.
Awesome.
But we come from Lumberton, Texas. We spent almost 5 years, 4.5 years there for curriculum, safety, student services, and so on. My wife Margie, she taught special education and reading. So we enjoyed our time there. Before there, we lived in Nacogdoches for many years, and that's where we got married. So coming to Diboll was almost like coming home, returning to the familiar area code 936. Right, that's what our numbers are. So that was exciting to us, and to get back to the Deep East Texas area.
Now that you've had some time here in Diboll, how would you describe the current state of the district?
Well, first of all, I was impressed and amazed. And from the moment we got here, we were treated like royalty. We had food dropped off at our porch. We had cards, and we just had a lot of welcoming activities and welcoming gestures from the whole community as well as from the district. So definitely a community that is warm and nurturing. The district provides quality education for our kiddos, and just like with every district here in the state of Texas, there are areas that we can always improve on, but also there are very strong areas that all the Diboll ISD employees and previous leadership can be proud of.
What are some of the things that you've seen within the district that you would say are some of our strengths? And then what are some other areas that you believe that may need some more attention and growth?
We have many passionate educators that love what they do. And to me, it's the biggest requirement for an educator, for a teacher, to love kids and to love education. We have that. And we also have a lot of employees that have been here all their careers. That tells you something about longevity, and again, goes back to the atmosphere of the district. People just don't want to leave. Well, I haven't met so many people that left and then came back. They realized that the grass is not greener somewhere else. And also, for many families, it is a family affair. Education is, and Diboll ISD is, because there are a lot of spouses, both wife and husband, work for the district. Again, that's strength. That shows the community buy-in and support. And as far as the areas for improvement, as you know, like if we talk about numbers, so recent accountability scores came in. We know that numbers do not necessarily describe what a district is about, because it's about people, it's about attitude, it's about learning, right? But so there are some areas of growth that we can do in our accountability scores. And as you know, there are some needs as far as facilities. That's why we had the Facilities Advisory Committee comprised of the community members, and they recommended that the board go for a bond election. So that's what I would identify as some of the areas in the potential growth.
Dr. G, what is your vision for the future of Diboll ISD over maybe the next 3 to 5 years?
So a district is like a cruise ship. You can't make a turn very suddenly. You have to give it time. You have to have a goal. You have to have a direction, but also you need to give it time. So I like your timeline of 3 to 5 years, because that's what normally takes for a meaningful change to happen. And my vision is I want us to be an A district that provides quality education for our kids, that prepares our kids for the future. The recently adopted vision for the district is small town roots grow world-sized dreams. And I want, and I see Diboll in the next couple of years turning into that community in that district that generates those world-sized dreams and prepares our kids for anything that comes their way in the future. Because as you know, today, the kids that are in school today will have jobs that do not exist now. So our job is to prepare our kids for whatever the future holds. And I want them to be able to say, yeah, I went to Diboll, so I'm ready for this.
So how do you plan to support both academic success and some of the extracurricular activities such as, athletics or CTE or the fine arts so that students have a well-rounded experience?
It is very important to have a plan. In order to have a plan, you have to have the comprehensive assessment process that would allow you to say, okay, we have developed this plan and it is based on the data that we have found. So my first year here in Diboll, although we have already started and put in motion some initiatives and some things to improve our district, however, this first year, while I'm going through the first year cycle as a superintendent, I'm still gathering the data. Once we complete our first year and I see and have that comprehensive picture of where the district is, then we will develop this comprehensive plan, strategic plan moving forward to make sure that we address all these areas: academics, career, extracurricular, UAL, and so on. It is important to understand also that we have to be responsible with the taxpayers' money. And we have to direct the resources where the needs are. So first, we are identifying what needs to be done, what needs to be addressed, and then we will develop a plan to make sure that the resources are allocated in the way that we support all the programs. And of course, district exists for academics. We are providing education. But for many of our students, athletics or career courses could be the motivator why they wake up in the morning and decide to come to school.
So you mentioned the students and how the extracurriculars affect the students. As a community, how do you believe that sports and extracurriculars play into the community spirit and making Diboll ISD a great place for kids?
One of the great things about Diboll is there is a strong sense of community and identity with Lumberjacks. And, you cannot out Lumberjack the Lumberjacks. What I mean by that is you can talk about going to homeschool or going to a private school, but the spirit that our community provides as far as being a Lumberjack and what it means to be from Diboll is something that cannot be substituted by a homeschool environment or a private school environment. So we just need to make sure we deliver that message to the community, to our families, that, hey, this is not just about academics or just about sports. It's about the community feel, and it's about being a Lumberjack and what does it mean to you? What does it mean to your family? What does it mean to the legacy that you're going to leave behind once you graduate? And again, you cannot out Lumberjack the Lumberjack.
So many of the families here in East Texas, they have a choice when it comes to education. Why should parents who are looking at the district choose Diboll ISD?
I'm working toward making sure that Diboll ISD is the district that will provide quality education for my kiddos. And I want to make sure that whoever teaches my kiddos loves my kiddos and cares for my kiddos. And I'm talking about my personal children, right? So, and I think every parent needs to understand that the helm of the district is the guy for whom this job is not just a job. It's passion. It's leaving a legacy of quality education, not just for the community, but for my personal children. And, and I will make sure that our teachers, our staff, have all the resources that they need to be the best version of an educator that they can be. And I think for the parents, if they know that the people in the district care for the kids and love the kids and have strong passion for what they do, then that's where they need to put their kids, because that's where they will be well taken care of and educated.
So let me ask you this, Dr. G, just to kind of take a little left turn on you. Outside of work, what do you enjoy doing?
Well, being a superintendent and being a dad of a 70-year-old and a 40-year-old and a husband leaves very little time for outside activities. And I will tell you that I am a passionate traveler. And so in my pre-superintendent years, when I had a little bit more time in my my married life, I did enjoy the traveling part, and I love Europe and I love exploring. But now I'm in the stage of my life when I'm a dad of 2 little kids, and I'm a very passionate educator that's putting in a lot of time and effort into my work. So I am learning little by little, and it's becoming very easy here in Diboll, having a golf course. I'm learning how to play golf and dabble into that. Also, I loved fishing back in my younger days, but again, lately it has been just put in the back burner. But that's something that I eventually want to take up again. So a lot of things to strive for.
Absolutely. So in closing, Dr. G, if you had one message that you could share directly with the families and the students of Diboll ISD, what would it be?
Well, I want to say that I'm really proud of the work that has been done here in Diboll as far as where the district is, but I also want to say that I'm very grateful for the support that I have seen and the response to the things that I bring to the district that I have seen. So the community of Diboll and Diboll ISD, they're very open-minded, and they're open to ideas, and I think that's the core ingredient for improvement and progress, is to keep an open mind. And although we are a community that's rooted in tradition, and there's a very rich tradition here in Diboll, but everyone keeps an open mind, and we as a community are ready to move forward and take our district to the next level.
Well, I just want to say thank you, Dr. G, for coming in today. I want to welcome you and your family to the district, and we look forward to everything that you have in store for the Lumberjacks here in the future. Thank you also to everybody who's listening, and go Jacks.
Let me set the record straight for a minute. Hate, I get it, say it with them. I don't give a I'm cool with it. Play and peep the fans with them. Yeah, they gon' remember my. Yeah, you are not it already. He an outlaw getting off when he calls envy. Hit the peanut gallery, they all jelly. Yeah, they gon' remember my. Yeah. We let them say what they gon' say about us. That ain't nothing, I ain't bothered, not a problem. Haters hate, another day in dollar. Keep your money, rather have you pay the homage. Delay the profit, we gon' freeway on it. Yeah, no real one, not the copper. If you need reminded, holla at your Siri, ask who I'm. You can find them on the app. Yeah, they call me Peaky Blinders. You bet your bottom dollar, I'm a classic. 64 Impala, me, I been the plug. Plead the fifth when the name they get brought up. Real legend never die. Still with the business, you should cry, let it lie. Side 4 and 9, that's Korea suicide. Tell them one time, forever in my prime. They remember my name. Yeah. They gon' remember my. Yeah. I've been making y'all believe they remember my name. We ain't not the same, no. Real since day one, and I ain't gon' change up. Remember my name. I was born of the fire, sworn to a higher code. Get lighter up, lit bit out the entire go. We gon' level up, corner office the entire flow. Put the B of A on wheels, I ain't do anything on a lighter note. Yeah, hit on brass tacks, fact is kinda dope. Serving people like the corner stove. You could call me butter, kinda feel like I've been on a roll. Party never over, how the model still go. They remember my name. Yeah, they gon' remember my. with the business, you should probably let it lie. Side 4-9, that's Korea suicide. Tell her one time, forever in my prime, they remember mine. Real legend never die. Still with the business, you should probably let it lie. Side 4-9, that's Korea suicide. Tell her one time, forever in my prime, they remember mine. Yeah. They gon' remember mine. Yeah. I've been making y'all believe they remember my name. We ain't not the same, no. Real since day one, and I ain't gon' change. So remember my name. Yeah.
Still have about 7 minutes remaining at halftime as the Rusk Eagle Band and Twirlers are performing out on the field. As earlier, the Lumberjack Band and Dazzlers performed their shows as well. They did a pretty awesome job, as always, just improving every day. So I'd like to shout out the Lumberjack Band and Mr. Erasmo Herrera and the assistant directors, Dakota Martinez and Acera Sanchez, and the drum majors, Noah Crawford and Jeremiah Martinez. I'd like to shout you guys out, and all our band supporters listening in. They did a pretty awesome job tonight, as well as the Dazzlers. Shout out to Kalina Mayo, and her and Amber Barnett do an awesome job directing the Dazzlers, and the ladies performed great tonight as well. So over here at halftime, your halftime score remains 20-14. Rusk Eagles ahead of the Diboll Lumberjacks, as we still got about 6.5 minutes left to go until halftime. So until the third quarter of action is underway. So just like to check out on some scores here from around the area. Lufkin is playing Little Rock Southwest tonight, and it's all Lufkin Panthers in that one by a score of 49-0 at the half. Shepherd, who we will see in about 3 weeks, is ahead of Buffalo by a score of 8-0 at the half. Also at the half, Teague is ahead of Ferris by a score of 22-15. Woodville, who we will see next week, is ahead by 1 point by a score of 21-20 over Cold Spring. Timpson and Palestine Westwood battling it out is 21-20 in favor of the Westwood Panthers in that one, with 4:25 remaining in the second quarter. Coons over Huntington at the half by a score of 20-0. Carthage over Liberty Ilo 37-0 late in the second quarter. New Waverly ahead of Crockett 3-0 at halftime. Fairfield all over Brownsboro 26-8 in the second quarter of that one. The marquee matchup in the state this evening, Longview taking on South Oak Cliff. It is 10-10 at the half. Nacogdoches giving the undefeated Livingston Lions some trouble with a score of 14-10. Kilgore over Gilmer 31-0 in the second quarter. Chapel Hill ahead of White House by a score of 21-14. And your score here at Eagle Stadium, the Rusk Eagles ahead of the Diboll Lumberjacks by a score of 20-14. So, Draylon, looks like you have some more scores pulled up as well. You would like to share some of those scores with us, too.
Yeah, interesting one. Garrison Bulldogs all over the Anahuac Panthers 33-0 at halftime. Garrison actually went down to Anahuac last year and got smacked, so that's a little bit surprising as far as scores tonight. Kuntz Lions over Huntington 20-0 at halftime. That's a little surprising to me as well. I figured Huntington would put up a little bit more of a fight against Kuntz. Fairfield all over Brownsboro 32-8 in the second quarter. Other than that, the Timpson Palestine Westwood game, I bet that's going to be an exciting one tonight. That'll probably be an exciting finish. Good news is the way things have been going, by the time we play Westwood, their head coach will be suspended again. So Diboll ought to have a fun time by the time that game rolls around.
Yeah, that was just a crazy series of events that happened with the issue there in Westwood, and then for him to be put on. And then he had some other issues going into the season, but man, it's just unfortunate that happens from time to time, and it's crazy that it happens close to home. And we'll see Westwood here in the next month or so. So it'll be interesting to see, as we got the Rusk Eagle Band performing currently at the half. Their alignments are off, and they got some things to work on before marching contests. We have about 3.5 minutes left until the end of halftime. As going back to the live chat, Jay Martinez is listening in. She says, come on, and say, come on, Lumberjacks. Let's go. Game is still young. You can do this. Go Big Red. Jay, thank you so much for listening in. For those of you listening in currently at the half, Again, we appreciate all of the engagement that we get from the live chat, so please be sure to like, subscribe, and comment on the live chat so we can shout you out and recognize you. And we just appreciate all of you for listening in tonight. Again, just wanted to remind you all we're on YouTube this evening. So again, you score at halftime, Rusk Eagles 20, Diboll 14. You're listening to Diboll Lumberjack football on YouTube through C4 Media.
What's in a name, a reputation to bring you service and quality? What's in a name?
What's in a name? A reputation at Terrell Insurance Agency. What does tomorrow hold? Good things if you plan correctly. And Terrell Insurance Agency can help you do just that. We offer auto, home, and business insurance. That's Terrell Insurance Agency, 902 North Temple Drive.
Made in America. A simple idea that means everything at Mueller Metal Roofs and Buildings. It means local branches, dealing with friends and neighbors you trust. It means innovation, leading the way with better solutions. It means caring about our products and even more about the people who use them. It means pride in a job well done. Mueller, made in America, made to last.
Attention East Texas. When it comes to welding, fabrication, hydroblasting, sandblasting, vacuum truck services, and plant maintenance, there's only one name you need to know: PPR Industrial Services. Located in Lufkin, Texas, PPR delivers top quality services with 24/7 support. With a mission to exceed customer expectations, PPR focuses on safety and excellence in every job. Call them today at 936-676-0982 and let PPR handle your toughest projects. PPR Industrial Services, where quality matters.
Attention East Texas businesses. Are you looking to reach a dedicated and engaged local audience? The Diboll Sports Broadcast is the perfect opportunity for you. Our broadcasts are the heartbeat of Diboll Sports, connecting passionate fans with businesses just like yours. When you advertise with us, you're not just placing an ad, you're becoming a part of the community. With Diboll Sports Broadcast, your message will be heard by thousands of listeners who live, work, and shop right here in East Texas. Contact Jared at C4 Media Productions today. Visit c4mediapros.com or give us a call at 936-304-0707 to learn more. Diboll Sports Broadcast. We are your hometown heartbeat.
For the best in quality, we are the one.
America loves a winner. The proof is in our fascination with sports. In the years since Terrell Insurance Agency has been here, we've witnessed 25 World Series championships and Super Bowls. It's a fact that good teams come and go. A team that wins it all one year might finish at the bottom just a few years later. At Terrell Insurance Agency, we pride ourselves on our stability. Through all the years, we've been able to say we are the one. Through the good times and the bad, you can count on us. That's a promise from our family to yours. Terrell Insurance Agency, 902 North Temple Drive.
You can depend on a Mueller metal roof.
We were fortunate enough to be able to build a house on family land, and we've really enjoyed being out here.
We couldn't ask for a better place to raise our boys.
Our home builder, I don't believe, had ever had an experience with working with Mueller and had nothing but great things to say about the company, about the process.
Everybody was professional.
If anybody mentions the word metal, we say we know a guy and give them the phone number to Mueller.
Find out more at MuellerINC.com.
C4 Media Productions proudly supports the Diboll Lumberjacks. Based at 205 North Temple, we are your one-stop shop for all of your video and social media needs. Whether you need a captivating TV commercial or a full social media marketing strategy to help drive sales, we've got you covered. Call us at 936-304-0707 or visit c4mediapros.com. C4 Media Productions. Reliable service, amazing results.
About to get the third quarter of action underway as Carlos Galen is on to handle the kickoff duties for the Rusk Eagles. Back deep to receive for the Diboll Lumberjacks on the near side of the field at his own 10-yard line is Tyrese McMillan. Opposite of him on the far side between the number and the hash is Kiwi Dill, as Galen's kick will be a short sky-high kick and no fair catch called there by Aiden Morris. He's going to cut it inside and then turn it up, and he will be brought down inside of the 45-yard line. So Lumberjacks will work with really good field position to get this second half started.
Nice job right there, fielding that kick and breaking it inside and turning it up and getting it 10 yards. Fair catch is always good, but that was a nice little run there by Dill, and sets Diboll up with great field position here for this first drive in the second half, or excuse me, by Morris. And sets Diboll up great field position here in this second half, gives them a great opportunity to drive down, put some points on the board, and reel the Eagles in a little bit closer.
Here comes the Jacks offense for the first time here in the second half. The ball is going to be spotted on the left hash. It's a tight shotgun set once again for DeCarlos Sanchez, the senior quarterback. It's going to be a quarterback wrap once again. Carlos just taking it himself, spin move, and he'll be brought down inside of the Rusk 48-yard line for a good gain on the play. It's going to bring up second down.
A very nice run there by Sanchez, picking up where he left off in the first half, faking that handoff, pulling around to the left side, and Diboll pulls a guard, lead out in front of him. He picks up a good 6-7 yards right there, and second down and short for the Lumberjacks.
Second down and 3 to go for the Lumberjacks. Going back to that tight look once again. It's a round the back handoff to Xander Rambula, who sprints, and then he's going to be bottled up back inside of the Diboll 49-yard line for a loss of 2 on the play. It'll bring up third down and about 6-7 yards to go. Now you got me started.
Yeah, so just nowhere to go right there for Xander on that play. Third down and long here for the Lumberjacks after losing 2 yards on that carry by Xander.
Third down and 6 for the Lumberjacks after the loss on the play. The ball is spotted back at the Lumberjack 49-yard line. AJM is the wingback coming in motion, and Rambula getting the handoff once again. He stopped at the Russ 49, but he is 4 yards shy of the first down. It's going to bring up fourth down and long for the Jacks.
This is one of those situations where you hate to throw in the towel on a drive, but just not enough yards there gained to take the chance on a fourth down here. So Morrison looks to be smartly sending the punting unit out. He's going to try to play field position a little bit with Rusk and see if we can't set the defense up for success.
Eli Terrell on to handle the punting duties for the Lumberjacks. Adrian Tumlin, the Eagle, back deep to receive this ball at the 15-yard line. So Terrell is able to get the punt off in time. It's going to land in the air for a while. It's going to take a Lumberjack bounce all the way inside of the 14-yard line. So excellent punt there from Eli Terrell, and that's where the Eagles are going to set up first and 10.
Well, that's what you're looking for if you're Morrison. Nice punt there by Eli Terrell. Good high kick, takes a great Diboll bounce, rolls another 10 yards. So sets the defense up nicely to stop a rush drive here, or at least force Russ to drive the entire field. 22-14 Diboll here. 9 minutes and 50 seconds left in this second half.
So here comes the Rusk offense for the first time here in the second half. As Bentley Moore is the sophomore quarterback. He's lined up in the shotgun set. The back lined up offset on his right side, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Moore looking to the left side for Overstreet, and he catches it, and he's going to be brought down immediately at the 20-yard line for a pickup of 5 on the play to bring up second down for the Eagles.
Russ trying to get one-on-one coverage out there to the far side of the field on Aaron Robbins, trying to get a quick hitter and maybe break a tackle for a long touchdown there. That was a new formation with twins to the right side and a single receiver to the left, something we hadn't seen in the first half, or twins to the short side. So if that had been a better throw, maybe they had a chance. Second down and 5 for the Eagles.
Lumberjacks with a 4-man front. The Eagles going back to the same formation as last time. He's going for Adrian Tumblin, and the ball is going to sail out of bounds to the Lumberjacks sideline. The pass going to come up incomplete, and it's going to bring up third down, and there was nothing but green between Adrian and the end zone.
Yeah, that time trying to get him on a go route, singled up on that far sideline again, and ball's just thrown well over the bench there on the sideline and out of play. So if you're the Lumberjacks here, you got third down and 4, 4.5. You got a chance to get off the field if you can get a stop here in the backfield.
So here we go, 3rd and 4 for the Eagles. Ball spotted on their own 20-yard line after the incomplete pass. Moore taking the snap. He's looking once again, back to Adrian Tumblin's side. He just overthrows him. The pass is going to come up incomplete. 3 and out as well for the Eagles. Here comes their punt unit.
Yeah, same thing there. 3 plays in a row. We're taking twins to the short side and getting one-on-one coverage to the far side, and Russ just trying to make something work. This time Morrison moves McMillan over to cover on that side, and is actually an inside release on a go route. McMillan does a good job, and Rusk is about to punt.
And looks like the Eagles are going to try to get the Lumberjacks to jump offside. It looks like they did, but we'll see what the official call is here.
Yeah, I'm not sure why we're jumping off sides whenever we're lined up to punt and somebody's yelling out a cadence, but Diboll jumps off sides there, gets into the neutral zone. I don't think they contacted anyone, but I do believe they got into the neutral zone. Should be a first down for Rusk here unless something crazy happens.
So we're waiting the official call. He's to talking things over to the official here on the near side. So no call just yet. All right, here we go. So it's a false start called against the Eagles. The Eagles were celebrating and hooting and hollering, thinking that they had the first down. Instead, the 5 yards is going to go the opposite direction, back to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, that's an interesting call. Diboll must have got back across the line of scrimmage before the Rusk Eagle players moved. Only thing you can figure right there. So hopefully they hold their water here this time and force this ball back.
So Jacoby Alderette will punt it away for the Eagles. Tyrese McMillan back deep at his own 40-yard line to field this punt. As it's a nice line drive punt. And it'll bounce around at the 45-yard line, and we'll take a slight Lumberjack bounce to the 44-yard line. So Lumberjacks will set up 1st and 10 from their own 44 after the punt.
Yeah. Diboll's defense does their job. They get the ball back here with good field position. 1st down and 10 at the 44-yard line. So playing field position works out for the Lumberjacks. They get the ball back here basically exactly where they got it on the first drive, with another opportunity to drive down and take the lead. So stalemate here after the first 2 drives of the second half.
We'll see what the Jacks offense can do here with 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line with 8:37 left to go in the third quarter. Rusk with a 20-14 lead over Diboll. Sanchez in the shotgun. It's going to be a handoff on the right side to Xander Arambula, who tries to runs into a pile of defenders for a gain of 2 on the play to bring up 2nd down and 8 to the 46-yard line.
Xander being very patient there on that handoff to the right side, just trying to will his blockers to open up a hole and squirt through, but just nothing there. Russ defensive line does a good job, and Xander just put his head down and ran right up in the back of the offensive line to do something positive. Second down and 8 here for Diboll.
Lumberjacks breaking the huddle, single receivers on both sides. It's a 2 tight end set to the right side. Sanchez in the shotgun, Arambula lined up to his left, and it's going to be the quarterback wrap once again. Sanchez will spin and be brought down for no gain on the play to bring up 3rd down from the same spot.
Lumberjacks just going to the well one too many times right there, faking the handoff and pulling that big guard around. And Russ did a good job coming downhill in a hurry and getting to Sanchez right as he was trying to break across the line of scrimmage. So brings up 3rd down and long for the Lumberjacks. I'd like to see them gain some yards here and at least move the ball 5 or 6 yards, set up another good punt opportunity.
3rd down and 8 for the Lumberjacks. Sanchez just going to hand it off to Xander Arambula, patiently awaits the handoff, gets a cut. He's going to be brought down or near midfield, and there comes flags from the backside.
I didn't see what happened right there. It was in the area of holding, so I'm going to guess it's going to be holding. Yeah, I do see him signaling the Rusk coaching staff that it's going to be holding. So potentially he could make us run another play here on let's call it 3rd down and 18. He is going to accept the penalty. he's going to accept the penalty and try to get some of those yards back that Xander just gained, because he did have a good, nice 5-6 yard gain. So brings up third down and then about 18 for the Lumberjacks, and flips field position about 17 yards.
So now it's going to be third and long for the Lumberjacks from their own 36-yard line after the holding call negates the gain that Arambula just had. So the wingback is Ricardo Garcia is going to the left, and then him and Xander Arambula will switch sides. Carlos Sanchez dropping back to pass, looking on the far side, going deep for his intended target. It looks like it was Aaron Robbins, the intended target. The pass is going to come up incomplete, as it was good defense there for the Eagles. So we'll bring up fourth and long. Here comes the punt unit.
Yeah, just a little bit too far right there, just out of the outstretched fingers of the Lumberjack wide receiver, and smart or a nice job by the Rusk coaching staff taking a chance there and backing Diboll up 15 yards and making him punt again. So see what Eli Terrell can uncork here. See if we can salvage some field position.
Adrian Tumblin standing at his own 30-yard line awaiting this Eli Terrell punt, as the punt will sail out of bounds at around the 35-yard line of the Eagles. That's where they will set up first and 10.
I just did not get a good bounce out of that. I thought if it had taken a good Diboll roll, he did a good job keeping it away from the Rusk return man. But when the ball landed, it went directly to the right instead of going downfield. So Diboll still in a decent position here. Defense has been playing well, so don't give up a big play and get your offense back on the field.
6:47 remaining in the third quarter. Rusk with the 2014 lead over the Diboll Lumberjacks as the Eagles offense comes back out onto the field. Bentley Moore, the sophomore quarterback, leading the charge with the two receivers set to his left and one to his right. It's going to be a direct handoff to Kaiserian Teague, who finds a hole, and he's going to be brought down from behind by Aiden Morris, who was the last line of defense there between Teague and the end zone. So after the carry, Teague is brought down inside of the Diboll 38-yard line. Make that the 37. Bring up first and 10 Eagles.
Well, that's that big play that you don't want to give up. I'm not sure what happened. Just the middle of the field is open wide up right there. I don't know if we ran into our own lineman or if we had a bad stunt called or what, but definitely didn't want to give up that big play. But here we are, Rusk with another big first down in Diboll territory.
Diboll's going to burn their first timeout of the half as you're listening to Diboll Lumberjack Football on YouTube through C4 Media.
C4 Media Productions proudly supports the Diboll Lumberjacks. Based at 205 North Temple, we are your one-stop shop for all of your video and social media needs. Whether you need a captivating TV commercial or a full social media marketing strategy to help drive sales, we've got you covered. Call us at 936-304-0707 or visit c4mediapros.com. C4 Media Productions. Reliable service, amazing results.
Again, I'd like to take this moment to recognize all of our sponsors. I'd like to thank y'all for making this broadcast tonight possible. Terrell Insurance Agency for also being our scoreboard sponsor. Thank them for all that they do. Mueller Inc., Cotton Co. for supplying us with our T-shirts. PPR Industrial, C4 Media, and the Diboll Jackbackers. Thank y'all so much. So both teams heading back out onto the field. First and 10 for the Eagles inside Diboll territory at the 37. Bentley Moore looking deep for his intended target, Adrian Tumblin, and Tyrese McMillan with good coverage, but here come the flags.
How's that same inside release move right there? Looked like the defender was beat just a little bit and then didn't get his head turned around. If he had turned his head around, he probably would have had an interception right there, but he didn't, and I'm guessing they threw the flag. Maybe he bumped him a little too much right there, got a little bit too physical, and it's going to set Rusk up with another first down play.
So waiting the official call, Tyrese McMillan was the defender on that one, and it looked identical to what you see on the basketball court as he had his hand up, making sure that the pass didn't come up complete. So now the ball is waiting to be spotted as they just called the PI on Diboll. So now the ball is going to be spotted at the Diboll 22-yard line as a result. So 1st and 10 coming up for the Eagles. 6:29 remaining here in the third quarter, and the Eagles with a 20-14 lead as the offense breaks the huddle. They'll put 2 receivers here on the right side, and then the slot receiver will go back to the left. They'll bring the outside receiver in motion. That's Adrian Tumblin. They'll bring him in the backfield, and they'll go ahead and hand the ball off to him. He's got a block by his receiver, and here comes the flag. Tumblin walks into the end zone, but there's a flag.
That's going to be a holding call over here on this wide receiver to the near side. I'm not sure that I would have necessarily called it a holding call, but that's definitely going to be the call here, and it's going to take a touchdown away from the Rusk Eagles. That was a very well-designed, well-blocked play. The Diboll defensive line was completely sealed off to the inside, much like it was in the first half on the long touchdown on that same play. So definitely going to have to do something, find a way to stop getting sealed off there to the outside.
So after the holding call on the Eagles, it's 1st and 12 from the Diboll 25-yard line as Bentley Moore breaks the huddle. 2 receivers lined up to his right, 1 receiver to the left. So he'll bring the slot receiver into the backfield. It's Adrian Tumblin. Once again, it's a bad snap, and here come the Diboll defenders, and they fall on top of it. The Lumberjacks forcing their 4th turnover on the night. Coming up to get the fumble recovery, Eli Terrell.
Bad snap there over the quarterback's head. Diboll's bringing lots of guys from the outside, and Diboll's defenders wanted the football. Rusk's offensive players obviously didn't care if they had it or not because they weren't even running to the ball. And Eli Terrell just flies to the football, jumps on top of it. Big turnover here for the Lumberjacks. That's exactly what the defense needed as they were back on their heels just a bit.
So after the fumble recovery on the bad snap by Eli Terrell, it is 1st and 10 Lumberjacks from their own 43-yard line. So the 3rd series of the second half, and it's near the same position as they had it to start the last 2 drives, as the Lumberjacks will go with the 2 receiver set with 2 tight ends lined up left. Arambula, the running back, to the right, and he will get the handoff as he will run around and be brought down at about the 47-yard line. A real good gain of 5 on the play to bring up 2nd down for the Lumberjacks.
Really nice job by Arambula picking his way through the defense. Starts left, breaks it back right, and then cuts back up the middle. Just picks his way through for 4.5, 5 yards, and that's a good positive play on 1st down. That's what Diboll has to do.
5:30 remaining in the third quarter. Rusk with a 20-14 lead over the Diboll Lumberjacks as the offense breaks the huddle. It's a 2 tight end set to the right. Receivers on both ends. Arambula, the back lined up left of Sanchez, as he will get the handoff. Stutter steps, making 2 defenders miss, and he'll be brought down inside the Rusk 48-yard line for a pickup of 4 on the play. He's a yard shy of the 1st down marker. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1.
Well, Jitterbug does it again, breaks, shaking, and baking 2 tackles in the backfield. Rusk got 2 defenders there before he even had the ball in his hands. He leaves a couple jocks in the dirt and turns a 2-3-yard loss into a 3-yard gain, brings up 3rd down and short for the Lumberjacks.
After the run, Arambula made 2 defenders look silly on that one. We'll see what the Jacks can do here. 3rd and 2 from the Rusk 49-yard line, as it's going to be a bad snap. It's going to be an illegal snap as the center mishandled the football there for Diboll, and that's going to back them up 5 yards to make this 3rd down and 6 to go.
I'm guessing Diboll was probably trying to go on a hard count there and see if they could get a free 1st down by penalty, but that's not what's going to happen, as on the 3rd down we have another illegal procedure penalty, snap infraction that's going to push us to a 3rd down and 7, 3rd down and 6.5 yards. So just shooting ourselves in the foot once again on 3rd down.
After the penalty, the ball is going to be spotted back inside Diboll territory at the 46. Well, here we go. Sanchez is in the shotgun, and before we can get anything started, the Eagles are going to call a timeout, their first of the half. Both teams headed back to the drawing board after the timeout here by the Eagles.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what Morrison and company come up with here You had a good thing going, had a good drive going, thanks to some hard work by your running back. And, penalties obviously can kill you at any time, but definitely hurts right now. Trying to get that first down and kind of get the offense rolling and keeps Russ defense on the field and not rested up on the sideline. So we just, I don't know what happened there. We just lost the scoreboard for a minute. It's popped back up. That was weird, but third down and long here for the Lumberjacks. So see if Morrison can pull something out of a hat here and get us the first down.
So the Eagles and Jacks back out onto the field. Again, it's 3rd down and 7 for the Lumberjacks. Ball spotted on their own 46-yard line after a snap infraction penalty pushed them back 5 yards just a moment ago. So the umpire is going to go ahead and signal to the ref to get play underway with 4:19 left here in the third quarter. Sanchez dropping back to pass, looking on the right side to Kiwi Dill, and he comes up on the hitch route, catches it, but he's just a yard shy of the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down and a few inches to go here for the Lumberjacks.
A little bit unfortunate there. Better pass, you probably end up with a first down. As it is, you're left 4th down and 1 just across midfield on the 48-yard line. Big moment right here for the Jacks.
Well, the Jacks will go for it, 4th down and 1 from the Rusk 48. Sanchez handing it off to Arambula, bounces it inside, and he is going to be brought down right at the Rusk 46-yard line. So he needed 2 yards, and he needed 1 yard, and he gets 3 on that one. 1st and 10, Lumberjacks inside Rusk territory.
Another great run by Arambula. Defenders in the backfield when he gets the handoff, but he's able to squirt away from him and jump forward for a gain of 3 and get a first down for the Lumberjacks as the clock ticks down here in the third quarter. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left.
1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks from the Rusk 46-yard line after the run on 4th down from Arambula. As the Carlos Sanchez taking a 3-step drop, he's looking to his right side. He underthrows the route, and it's going to come up incomplete, but the Rusk Eagles say that they have it, but the far side official is saying it was incomplete and it hit the dirt.
Well, it's an absolute miracle. Diboll still has the football right there. Once again, we run a 2-man route, and we're throwing to a post route that has 3 defenders in front of it. Sanchez just – I understand it's only his second game, but you got to eat that football and just run it and get as many yards as you can. When you're beat on a play, you don't make it worse. So lucked out right there. Pass was not very good to begin with, so Rusk wasn't able to hold on to it.
Very lucky break there for the Lumberjacks. It'll be 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Sanchez will hand it off to Arambula, who burst through the hole, and he will be brought down at the Rusk 43-yard line for a pickup of 4 on the play to bring up 3rd down and about 6 to go for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, 3rd down and long here for the Jacks. So good little run there by Arambula. 4 yards on 2nd down after nothing on 1st down and a near turnover. That's positive. So here you go, 3rd down and 6. And if you can get 4 or 5 yards here, you set yourself up with an opportunity to go for another 1st down on 4th down.
2:30 remaining in the third quarter. Rusk with a 20-14 lead over Diboll as it's 3rd down and 6 for the Lumberjacks. To Carlos Sanchez dropping back to pass. He's getting flushed in the pocket. He's just going to go ahead and take it himself, spinning out of would-be tacklers, and he will be brought down inside of the Rusk 36-yard line, and he will get just enough needed for the 1st down.
Very nice job there by Sanchez. That's what you do when you don't have a play. You just tuck that ball and get upfield, and I think we probably narrowly avoided a holding call over here on the near side, but luckily the play was to the opposite side of the field, and Sanchez does a great job there at the end with a spin move and just getting down on the ground and holding on to the football. And 1st and 10, Diboll in business here in Rusk territory again.
The ball spotted at the 36-yard line with 1:43 remaining in the third quarter. And Lumberjacks going to have to get the snap off in time as we have 3 seconds left. Empty backfield look for DeCarlos, and he's going to get the snap, and it's going to be a quarterback run up the middle as he will run into a pile of defenders for a really good gain of 5 on the play to bring up 2nd down.
Sanchez once again on the keeper. pulled 2 linemen from the right around to the left that time. Initially looked like it was going to be bottled up at the line of scrimmage, but he had a nice cutback lane there and just puts his head down and gains, 4 or 5 yards, 4.5 yards right there. So still matriculating the ball down the field is what Diboll needs to continue doing.
So Diboll offensive lineman loses his helmet. It's Andres Montoya, and going in for him will be Jesus Flores, as they're going to go with the tight shotgun set with 2 wingbacks, and there goes the flag. So it's going to be a timeout called so the Lumberjacks are going to burn their second timeout here in the third quarter, as you're listening to Diboll Lumberjack football on YouTube through C4 Media.
What's in a name, a reputation to bring you service and quality? What's in a name?
What's in a name? A reputation at Terrell Insurance Agency. What does tomorrow hold? Good things if you plan correctly. And Terrell Insurance Agency can help you do just that. We offer auto, home, and business insurance. That's Terrell Insurance Agency, 902 North Temple Drive.
Made in America. A simple idea that means everything at Mueller Metal Roofs and Buildings. It means local branches, dealing with friends and neighbors you trust. It means innovation, leading the way with better solutions. It means caring about our products and even more about the people who use them. It means pride in a job well done. Mueller, made in America, made to last.
Yeah.
So after the timeout, 2nd down and 6 for the Lumberjacks. Play action pass for Carlos Sanchez. Wide open to Barrett Price, and he's got one man to beat. He's going to bring him down at the 1-yard line. So Barrett Price with the catch. He was wide open, and he's going to be brought down from behind. But it's 1st and goal, Lumberjacks at the 1.
Absolutely beautiful play call right there by Diboll's offensive coordinator. All they've been doing is running the ball for the last 4 or 5 drives, and play action fake, slip the tight end straight down the seam, and Sanchez hits him for a big gain.
So on 1st and goal, Carlos Sanchez will hand it off to Xander Arambula, who's going to be slammed down at the 5-yard line. So it'll be a loss of 4 on the play to bring up 2nd and goal for the Lumberjacks.
Unfortunately, you 1st down and goal at the 1-yard line, and your offensive line just turns around and lets the defensive line into the backfield and says, "Hey, good luck, Xander," on the first play. So that's not what you want. This is the winning time. This is winning time right here. So looks like we're going to let the third quarter expire. Morrison's going to let the third quarter expire, and at the start of the 4th, should have 2nd down and 5 for the Lumberjacks.
So the Lumberjacks are going to head, both the Lumberjacks and Eagles heading back to the sideline, as after 3 quarters, it's the Rusk Eagles ahead of the Diboll Lumberjacks by a score of 20-14, but the Lumberjacks are answering. It'll be 2nd and goal from their 5 after we come back from this timeout. You're listening to Diboll Lumberjack football on YouTube through C4 Media.
Attention East Texas. When it comes to welding, fabrication, hydroblasting, sandblasting, vacuum truck services, and plant maintenance, there's only one name you need to know: PPR Industrial Services. Located in Lufkin, Texas, PPR delivers top quality services with 24/7 support. The mission to exceed customer expectations, PPR focuses on safety and excellence in every job. Call them today at 936-676-0982 and let PPR handle your toughest projects. PPR Industrial Services, where quality matters.
For the best in quality, we are the one.
America loves a winner. The proof is in our fascination with sports. In the years since Terrell Insurance Agency has been here, we've witnessed 25 World Series championships and Super Bowls. It's a fact that good teams come and go. A team that wins it all one year might finish at the bottom just a few years later. At Terrell Insurance Agency, we pride ourselves on our stability. Through all the years, we've been able to say we are the one, through the good times and the bad. You can count on us. That's a promise from our family to yours. Terrell Insurance Agency, 902 North Temple Drive.
Let me set the record straight for a minute. Hate, I get it, say it with them. I don't give a I'm cool with it. Play and peep the fans with them. Yeah, they gon' remember my. Yeah, you and I, they already. He an outlaw, getting off when he calls envy. Hit the peanut gallery, they all jelly. Yeah, they gon' remember my. Yeah, we let them say what they gon' say about us.
Here we go, folks. It's the fourth quarter. Jacks down by 6. It's second and goal for the Lumberjacks from the Eagle 5-yard line. As the Jacks offense and Eagles defense back out on the field, the Lumberjacks are going to go with that tight shotgun set once again. DeCarlo Sanchez is the quarterback, and he's going to fake the handoff. Same play as we saw in the first quarter. Touchdown, Lumberjacks. It's Ricardo Garcia once again. They go back to the same play as they did earlier. It's a 5-yard touchdown pass. Sanchez connecting with Garcia for the second time this evening.
Yeah, great job right there. Great play call. We were just talking in the booth up here during the timeout that if you were going to go with a play action pass, second down is probably the time to do it instead of waiting for third. And just fake the handoff to the right side, and Sanchez rolls to the left. He actually had 3 receivers he could have thrown the ball to. Nobody from Rusk was anticipating a pass. So great play call right there.
Ivan Gomez on to handle the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. So once again, the Lumberjacks will take the lead by 1. It's 21-20 after the DeCarlo Sanchez touchdown pass to Ricardo Garcia. That's the same exact play that they went to that's the same exact play they ran in the first quarter. They just go back to the playbook, and hey, let's just take that play once again and run it. So there's going to be an injury timeout as there's an injured Lumberjack on the field. You're listening to Diboll Lumberjack Football on YouTube through C4 Media.
Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Diboll Lumberjack athletics for over 30 years. From the Lumberjack Cups of the 90s and the touchdown footballs of the 2000s, Terrell Insurance has been there for the Jacks. Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Lumberjack fans off the field as well. For all of your insurance needs, visit Terrell Insurance in Diboll.
Attention East Texas businesses. Are you looking to reach a dedicated and engaged local audience? The Diboll Sports Broadcast is the perfect opportunity for you. Our broadcasts are the heartbeat of Diboll Sports, connecting passionate fans with businesses just like yours. When you advertise with us, you're not just placing an ad, you're becoming a part of the community. With Diboll Sports Broadcast, your message will be heard by thousands of listeners who live, work, and shop right here in East Texas. Contact Jared at C4 Media Productions today. Visit c4mediapros.com or give us a call at 936-304-0707 to learn more. Diboll Sports Broadcast. We are your hometown heartbeat.
So it's a sky-high kick for Ivan Gomez, and the Rusk player will field it at about his own 30-yard line, and he will run out of bounds near the 41-yard line. So that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Eagles. But the Lumberjacks taking the lead once again here in the ball game with 21-20 Diboll with 11:50 remaining in the ball game.
It's been a whale of a football game, man. It's been a very exciting football game. Big plays, turnovers, penalties at bad times. A lot of hard-nosed, physical, offensive and defensive plays from the Lumberjacks tonight. Just can't overstate how much better this team looks than they did week 1 overall, and with the physicality and just the pure effort.
So we'll see what the Jacks defense can do here on 1st and 10 as Kassirian Teague will get the handoff. He breaks some tackles. He'll be brought down from behind by Eli Terrell at about the 47-yard line. Will bring up 2nd down and about 5 on the run.
Pretty simple handoff to the right side there. Defensive end had a chance to get him on the ground just past the line of scrimmage. Unfortunately, fell off of the tackle. But, Diboll sitting here, 11 minutes and 24 seconds left. Rusk with a 2nd down and medium. And the defense has to continue doing what they did for the entire 3rd quarter, which is force Rusk off the field and get the ball back in your offense's hands.
2nd down and 5 coming up for the Eagles. Ball spotted on their own 48-yard line. It's going to be another handoff once again to Teague, and he is going to be stopped in the backfield. A nice effort though on the run there, but Luis Arambula is going to come in and clean him up. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 7 to go for the Eagles.
Really nice job by the defensive line of the Lumberjacks there, creating havoc in the backfield. Running back was able to get through the defensive line, but Eli Terrell and Arambula come through from the middle linebacker positions and clean up the trash there and get him on the ground. Bring it up a 3rd down and long for Rusk.
So after the loss on the play, the Eagles have the ball on their own 46-yard line. It's a 2-receiver set, 1 to the left. Bentley Moore in the shotgun. Teague, the back, lined up offset of him. And it's going to be nope, he didn't cross the The defensive lineman for the Lumberjacks didn't cross the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be a sack for the Lumberjacks. As coming up to make the stop, it looked like was Jamarcus Nieves, as Bentley Moore was running around for dear life, and boom, he meets up Jamarcus Nieves.
Yeah. Rusk head coach actually with a smart play call there, trying to get Diboll to jump. Diboll did move but did not cross into the neutral zone, but Rusk went ahead and snapped the ball anyway, so thought they were going to have a free play, but in fact did not, and quarterback gets sacked for a huge loss of about 12 yards, 11, 12 yards right there. So great job by the Diboll defense.
So on to handle the punting duties is Jacoby Alderette for the Eagles. Tyrese McMillan back at the 25-yard line. And before we can get anything going, the Rusk Eagles are going to burn their second time out of the half, as they saw something that they didn't like. It must have been the play clock going down to less than 5, but going back to both teams headed back to the sidelines, though.
Yeah, what it looked like to me, Rusk was going to try something a little bit shiesty right there. Had all three upbacks move towards the line of scrimmage and reset. Very good chance Rusk was about to try and run a fake, try to hit Diboll with something maybe up the middle, but just didn't get lined up correctly. Didn't do their job, and their head coach had to call a timeout and reset. So it'll be interesting to see here, because you've really lost the element of surprise now. So Diboll going to come back out and reset and see what happens here on fourth down.
So the Eagles punting it from their own 35-yard line. McMillan back at his own back at the 30-yard line to field this punt from Jacoby Alderette. 9:29 remaining in the ball game. Diboll with a 21-20 lead over the Eagles, as Alderette's punt will land at the 32-yard line and take an Eagle bounce to about the 18-yard line. So that's where the Lumberjacks will set up 1st and 10 with 9:19 remaining in the game.
Unfortunate bounce and roll there for Diboll. They needed that kind of roll earlier on Eli Terrell's punt, but didn't have the luck to get it. But defense steps up, does their job. Alec, we're sitting here, 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Offense has a chance here to do something similar to what they did at the end of the first half, which is just take the ball, pound the rock, and get time off the clock. If you can do that same thing, take 5, 6, 7 minutes off the clock, go down and score a touchdown, you can set yourself up for the first victory of the season right here.
We'll see how the Jacks offense does here on 1st and 10. They're going to go with the empty backfield look for DeCarlo Sanchez, as they'll be lined up tight, and it's going to be a quarterback draw, and he's just going to take it up the middle, lower the shoulder, and be brought down at about the 20-yard line for a gain of 2. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, I like the play call. It actually looked like it was going to open up there at the beginning, but Russ just quick to react and close that hole up. Looked like Sanchez was going to squirt through for 4, 5, 6 yards, and they just did a good job closing that hole up quickly, and Sanchez only gets about 2 yards out of it.
2nd down and 8 coming up for the Lumberjacks. Just like to shout out Jonathan Sanford, who says, "Let's go" on the live chat on YouTube. I also want to shout out my Theo Alex once again, who's listening in from Calhoun, Georgia, along with my little cousin Abner. Thank you all for listening in. 2nd down and 8. DeCarlo Sanchez taking it himself this time, bouncing it around the outside on the far side, and he'll be brought down at about the 26-yard line. We'll bring up 3rd down and 4 to go for the Jacks.
That's another play that looked like it potentially could have hit for something a little larger, but Russ doing a very good job in pursuit-wise, running to the football and getting Sanchez down on the ground. Ends up being a 3-yard gain, brings up 3rd down and medium here for the Lumberjacks. This is one of those situations you'd really like to have at least one 1st down to at least get another minute and a half off the clock.
About 8 minutes to go here in the ball game. DeCarlo Sanchez trying to make some cuts, then bounce it upfield, and he'll be brought down right at the 29-yard line as he gets 1 yard needed for the 1st down, and it'll bring up 1st and 10 Lumberjacks.
Morrison and company have found something they like with this tight set, and Sanchez just saying, hey, I'm better than you, and I'm going to take this ball, and I'm going to go get a 1st down, and you're not going to be able to stop me, and that's what he does. Just around the left end, doing everything he can to earn that 4 or 5 yards for a 1st down right there.
So 1st and 10 once again for the Lumberjacks. Ball spotted on their own 29-yard line as the Carlos Sanchez going back to an empty backfield look. Xander Rambula is the lone receiver lined up to the left side of the formation. And they'll go back to the draw play. Sanchez going around the left side. He's got the first down and then some, and he is going to be chopped down at about the 45-yard line. A 15-yard gain on the play and another first down for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, somebody up there in the booth is cooking right now. They come back out in that tight set and then motion the wide receiver out to the far side, take the handoff, and Sanchez just does what he's done the last 4 plays in a row and goes to the left side and runs as fast as hard as he can. Big gain right there, another first down for Diboll.
So 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks. They're going to hand it off to Xander Rambula, who's going around the near side. He's going to be brought down at the Rusk 42-yard line. The Rusk player couldn't get off the field in time, so there went the flag for that. So this should be a free play, but go ahead and decline it because it's a first down for a Rambula.
Yeah, Diboll getting lined up. Rusk trying to run people on and off the field, and they actually caught Rusk with 12 men on the field, but big first down run right there for a Rambula. So Diboll's going to decline that penalty and continue moving on down the field. A little bit of jawing back and forth going on after that big first down run. So Diboll needs to settle down here. You got 7 minutes. Keep pushing. Keep ramming the ball down their throat, and let's not do anything stupid.
7 minutes left to go in the game. 1st and 10 for the Jackson side of the Rusk 42-yard line. Sanchez keeping it himself once again as he will be bottled up immediately at the line of scrimmage. He'll be lucky to get 1 yard on the play, but it's going to bring up 2nd down, and the clock is ticking.
Essentially what Diboll's done for those at home has gone to a single wing offense. Essentially, that's what they've done. They're just everybody is inside the box. Everybody is near the line of scrimmage on the box right now. They're pulling guys from the slot. They're pulling tackles and just back and forth, side to side, running. That is Rusk just doesn't know which direction it's going to go at this moment.
2nd and 10, they're just going to go up the middle once again to Sanchez, who dances around and finds a hole to run through, and he is going to be brought down at about the Rusk 38-yard line. Really good gain there on 2nd down. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 5 to go here for the Lumberjacks, and looks like a Rusk player is slow to get up.
Morrison and company just packing everybody inside the hashes, inside the numbers, and absolutely just trying to pound this football. And it looks like it's something that maybe Rusk wasn't quite prepared for. Their coaches trying to get their defense lined up, trying to get them to attack the right gaps. But Diboll's doing a good job pulling and running outside, running inside. It's doing a good job of confusing Rusk and keeping enough bodies in the box to keep Rusk's defensive line out of the backfield, which has been a problem for most of the night.
Lumberjack offense coming back out onto the field, 3rd and 5 as Sanchez taking it once again on the quarterback wrap, and he's going to be brought down for a gain of 1 on the play. So he's going to be 4 yards shy of the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down with 5:30 remaining in the ball game.
Well, that right there. That's an example of going to the well too many times. You come back out and run the same exact play that you've ran the previous 2, and Rusk is just, eventually you do the same thing enough times in a row, they're going to get it figured out. So I'm guessing from what Morrison's looking like, he's about to let this clock run all the way down and call a timeout with here it'd be just under 5 minutes remaining, and try to work up some kind of good play, because if you get a first down right here, you're really pushing towards winning the ball game.
So Coach Morrison will go ahead and burn his final timeout here with 4:55 left on the clock. Lumberjacks with a 21-20 lead over the Rusk Eagles. Ball is at the Eagle 38-yard line. So as both teams head back out onto the drawing board, I'd like to just, again, thank you all for listening in on YouTube this evening, and just the engagement that we get from everyone right now. Currently checking this out, we have nearly 50 listeners, so I'd like to just shout you all out and thank you all for listening in from wherever you may be listening in from. So we really appreciate y'all, and also please be sure to comment on the live chat so we can engage with you guys, and please be sure to like and subscribe. As every YouTuber says, it helps out the algorithm.
Well, this is Morrison essentially has decided that this is going to be the ball game right here. Rusk has burned, I believe, 2 timeouts now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they only have 1 timeout now. So you're essentially looking for a first down right here to potentially try to end this ball game. You still have 4 minutes and 55 seconds left, but you can potentially take a ton of time off the clock if you get a first down here. And with Diboll having no timeouts left, you really don't want to give this ball back to Rusk and give them a chance to score.
Here comes the Jacks offense out onto the field. 4th down and 4 from the Eagle 38-yard line. Need to get to the 34 as the Carlos Sanchez fakes the handoff. He's going back, and he's going to find Eli Terrell wide open at the 20. Here goes Eli Terrell, 10, 5, touchdown, Lumberjacks. No, they're going to spot him 1 yard shy of the end zone. Are you kidding me? Eli Terrell's in the end zone.
Eli Terrell looks to be down. He came down hard on his right shoulder at the end of that play, unfortunately. Looked like some kind of issue with his shoulder, the way he rolled over. So we sit here. We hope that he's going to be all right.
So go ahead. So they're going to go ahead and tend to the injured Lumberjack here. But going back to that play, that 4th down, while they tend to the injured player, we'll go ahead and take a timeout. You're listening to Diboll Lumberjack Football on YouTube through C4 Media.
Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Diboll Lumberjack athletics for over 30 years. From the Lumberjack Cups of the 90s and the touchdown footballs of the 2000s, Terrell Insurance has been there for the Jacks. Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Lumberjack fans off the field as well. For all of your insurance needs, visit Terrell Insurance in Diboll.
Attention East Texas businesses. Are you looking to reach a dedicated and engaged local audience? The Diboll Sports Broadcast is the perfect opportunity for you. Our broadcasts are the heartbeat of Diboll Sports, connecting passionate fans with businesses just like yours.
Yeah.
So after the 37-yard tight end throwback from DeCarlos Sanchez to Eli Terrell, Terrell got stopped right at the 1 yard line. And so it's going to be 1st and goal for the Lumberjacks with 4:46 remaining in the ball game. And Eli Terrell is up and walking off on his own power. So that's awesome to see. 1st and goal for the Lumberjacks. They break the huddle. Once again, they're going back to that double wing set in the shotgun. As Carlos Sanchez hands it off to Arambula, and he's just going to plow into the end zone. Touchdown, Lumberjacks.
Nice job right there. Everything moves to the right side. Handoff to Arambula. Offensive line just absolutely clears the left side of the Rusk defensive line out. Arambula runs into the end zone. Looked untouched to me, but he fell down there in the end zone. I think he just did that for show, but I ain't mad at you, young man. Touchdown Lumberjacks, 7-point lead with potential to go up by 8 points right here.
So it'll be Ivan Gomez on to handle the extra point try. Aiden Morris on the hold, and it's blocked, and the Eagles are going to run this one back. Nope, he dropped it, and the Lumberjacks fall on top of it. Joseph Parrish will fall on top of it at the 40-yard line. So it'll be a 7-point ball game as a result of the blocked extra point try. It would have been 2 points, but luckily the Eagle defender dropped it, and the Lumberjacks got it back. So that's our score, 27-20. Diboll ahead with 4:30 remaining in this ball game.
It looked like there was a Diboll player about to make the tackle, so I'm not sure if he dropped it or maybe he tried to flip it back. But either way, it would have been bad for Diboll to give up that 2 points there. But going back to the big 3rd down play, Diboll with a good play, or 4th down play, Diboll with a beautiful play action fake. Sanchez starts to roll to the left, which has been the exact same formula for 2 touchdowns down in the red zone. So Rusk Eagles everywhere, just everyone flows to the play side. Eli Terrell comes from the right side in his tight end spot, just runs a little bit of a delayed rail route, and he was just all by himself over on the sideline. And Sanchez wisely just throws basically a jump ball out there. You don't ever want to overthrow somebody that's standing out there by themselves. So he throws a nice ball. Eli Terrell catches it, makes a nice run, nearly gets in the end zone. Really nice play design, really nice play for the Lumberjacks.
So Ivan Gomez on to boot it away, and this is going to be a sky-high kick fielded at the 28-yard line by the Eagles as he tries to spin around would-be tacklers, and he's going to be met up immediately at his own 32-yard line. So that's where the Eagles will set up 1st and 10 with 4:23 remaining in the ball game, down 7.
Well, I mean, here's your ball game right here. 4 minutes and 23 seconds left. Diboll defense has really done excellent since about halfway through the second quarter tonight. So you're sitting here, Lumberjacks, potentially looking at a at one defensive stop to win or lose the ball game. And good to see Eli Terrell is back on the football field out for the defense. So looks like we're at full health, and 4 minutes, 23 seconds left here. Rusk is about to snap the ball, and here we go.
So here we go. Welcome back, Eli Terrell. It's a trips receiver set to the far side of the formation. That's where the Eagles are going to go. And is that an interception? No, it hit the ground as nearly coming up with the pick that time was Aaron Robbins. And that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. That would have sealed the deal, but Lumberjacks going to have to do it again, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, it looked like the ball was tipped there by another Lumberjack, and Aaron Robbins just could not quite get his hands underneath it. That ball was right in a little bit in front of him. He makes a nice diving attempt, just couldn't get his hands underneath it. Brings up 2nd down and long here.
So 2nd and 10, the Eagles are going to go back to the trips formation to the right side, and it's an empty backfield look. One receiver lined up to the left. That's Adrian Tumblin. Ball spotted in the middle as Bentley Moore's just going to take it himself on the draw play around the left side. There goes the flag, and he will run out of bounds at about the 38-yard line with 4:11 left on the clock.
I'm not even sure if he got out of bounds. What was evident, there's a clear holding call right there on the left tackle on the defensive end for Diboll. Quarterback tries to run around the left side. I really don't know if he got out of bounds. I think if we were to decline this penalty, they would have to start the clock again and bring up 3rd down and long. But it'll be interesting to see what Morrison does. He's going to go ahead and accept the penalty and push him back another 10 yards to bring up 2nd down and 20.
So that's going to back the Eagles up after the run there by Bentley as he was getting flushed in the pocket. As on the field currently for the Lumberjacks, your defensive line is Barrett Price, Jesus Flores, Alex DeJesus, and Jamarcus Nieves. Also at linebackers are Eli Terrell and Luisa Rambula, Ty Jones, Tyrese McMillan, Aiden Chavis, Aaron Robbins, and Aiden Morris round out your secondary. So this is who the Lumberjacks have on the field. 2nd and long coming up for the Eagles from their own 24-yard line. Make that to 23. I'm going to go back to the empty backfield look with Twins receivers lined up on both sides. Moore dropping back to pass. He's looking deep for Adrian Tumblin, and it lands in the hands of Tyrese McMillan. There's a penalty marker down to McMillan, running this one back to the 30, to the 20. He'll be brought down from behind by Adrian Tumblin at the 10-yard line, but there's a flag over here near the vicinity of the route.
Yeah, I think they're going to get him for pass interference. It looked like McMillan right before the ball got there maybe tugged on that back jersey of the Rusk receiver and kind of pulled him down. Really not. It was actually a nice move by McMillan to do so, but that back judge I think saw him do it, and is going to have it. Rusk is going to end up with a 1st down right here.
So they're talking things over, and there is the PI called on the Lumberjacks, and the Lumberjacks are upset with the call as well as Coach Morrison. He's letting his team have it. So that will bring a 1st and 10 for the Eagles, pending where they spot this ball. So they will spot it at their own 37-yard line. I think that's the 38.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think McMillan had to do that. He did reach and grab and just kind of tug on that jersey right below the shoulder pads. And I really don't think he had to. I think he could have jumped and out-jumped that Rusk receiver for that ball. But unfortunate, but here we go. Defense, stop him again.
3:35 left in the game. It's 1st and 10 for the Eagles. It's Kaiserian Teague with the handoff, and he will be brought down at his own 45-yard line by Aiden Chavis as he was bouncing it outside, and that's where he'll get brought down for a pickup of 7 on the play. 2nd and 3 coming up for the Eagles.
Yeah, Russ spreading everybody out and sneaking a run in right there. Getting a pretty good gain out of it, but, clock is our friend right now, ticking down towards 3 minutes and 5 seconds. Diboll just got to keep on holding here and wear this Rusk offense out.
2nd down and 7. It's the Twins receiver set to the right side. It's a high snap, but Kassirian Teague gets the handoff, and he'll break some tackles, and he's going to be brought down at about the Diboll 45. But there's the penalty markers down at the back of the play.
Yeah, this is going to be a holding call on Rusk. I'm fairly certain. Looked like Alex DeJesus was getting some penetration into the backfield, and Rusk offensive lineman just grabbed him and slung him onto the ground. So that is, in fact, what it's going to be. Holding on the Rusk Eagles should bring up about a 2nd down and 12, I would think, from the spot of the foul.
So they'll go ahead and spot the ball after that. I'd like to head back to the live chat. Jonathan Sanford is telling us good job on the broadcast. We appreciate you, Jonathan, for listening in. Iris Hernandez says go Lumberjacks. And Jonathan also gives us a scoring update. Woodville is ahead 43-34 over Cold Spring, who we see next week. And also my Theo Andy just commented saying let's go Diboll Lumberjacks. 2nd down and 12 coming up for the Eagles with 2:38 remaining in the ball game. The clock is ticking. It's a Twins receiver set on the near side. As Moore dropping back to pass, he's going to look to Malachi Overstreet, who just goes over the top of 3 Lumberjacks and gets the 1st down at the Diboll 47-yard line. So the clock still rolls as we are heading down to the 2-minute timeout.
Yeah, that's that same play they ran earlier. It's kind of a post route. I wouldn't even so much call it a post as a hook. The quarterback throws it to the backside. McMillan playing the front side, goes to slap it away, and the big receiver grabs it and reels it in.
So on 1st and 10, the Eagles are it's gonna be Bentley Moore on the quarterback run, and he'll run out of bounds inside of the zone 43-yard line. 2:02 is left on the game clock, so the Eagles will have enough time to run one more play before the 2-minute timeout.
Yeah, a little zone replay right there. Quarterback keeps it, goes around the left side. Really nice job over here on the near side by Diboll defense. I believe that was Ty Jones fighting through blockers over here, forcing that quarterback to the sideline.
So on 2nd down and 7 to go, the Eagles going back with the 2 receiver set to the left. It's going to be another handoff to Teague, who bounces it inside, finds a hole to run through, and he will be brought down inside of the 34-yard line. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute timeout with 1:57 remaining in the ball game. Lumberjacks ahead by a score of 27-20. We'll be right back. You're listening to Diboll Lumberjack football on YouTube through C4 Media.
What's in a name? A reputation to bring you service and quality. What's in a name?
What's in a name? A reputation at Terrell Insurance Agency. What does tomorrow hold? Good things if you plan correctly. And Terrell Insurance Agency can help you do just that. We offer auto, home, and business insurance. That's Terrell Insurance Agency, 902 North Temple Drive.
Made in America. A simple idea that means everything at Mueller Metal Roofs and Buildings. It means local branches, dealing with friends and neighbors you trust. It means innovation, leading the way with better solutions. It means caring about our products and even more about the people who use them. It means pride in a job well done. Mueller, made in America, made to last.
All right, here we go. 1:57 remaining in the ball game. The Jacks with a 27-20 lead over Rusk. Rusk has the ball, 1st and 10 from the Diboll 34-yard line. It's going to be a handoff up the gut to Kassirian Teague. Strong run. He's going to be brought down by a swarm of Lumberjacks at about the Lumberjack 28-yard line to bring up 2nd down and about 4 to go. The clock is ticking as Rusk only has one timeout remaining, 1:41 here in the game.
Yeah, Diboll just trying to hang on right here. 2nd down and short. And Diboll's interior defensive line going to have to get it. We need a negative play right here. Need a negative play, force Rusk into a compromising position.
2nd down and 3. The Eagles go with the shotgun look. Moore dropping back to pass. He's looking deep for Adrian Tumblin. He just overthrows his intended target, and the ball is going to come up incomplete with 1:19 left on the clock. 3rd down and 3. That's where it's going to stop.
Trying that same inside release, throw it over the top for a touchdown. And Diboll not taking any chances. Had double coverage on the wide receiver right there. Good bracket coverage between Chavis and McMillan, and brings up 3rd down and short. If you're Diboll right here, if you can create a negative play and force Russ to burn that last time out, I don't think they would attempt a field goal from this range, but then again they might. I don't know who their kicker is. It looks like they're about to use their timeout right now and set up this 3rd down play.
So it looks like they won't.
Clock.
Yeah. So they reset the clock with 1:19 left after the incomplete pass. 3rd down and 3 for the Eagles. The 2 receivers set to the right, 1 to the left. Bentley Moore in the shotgun. He's dropping back to pass. He's rolling to his left. He's looking deep for Malachi Overstreet, and it's incomplete. It was in the chest of Aaron Robbins, but it just bounces in and out of his chest, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 3 here for the Eagles with 1:11 remaining in the ball game.
Just absolute great coverage right there. And Robbins just in the receiver's hip pocket, goes up, high points the football, 2 hands on the ball, just can't reel it in the back of the end zone. Diboll with another opportunity right there to end the game. Wasn't able to pull it down. 4th down and about 4 yards to go with 1:11 left. Here is your ball game.
So the Eagles are going to go with the twins receiver sets on both sides, the empty backfield formation for Bentley Moore. As Moore's going to drop back to pass, he's looking to the left side for Adrian Tumblin, and the pass going to come up incomplete. Tyrese McMillan with the deflection, no flags, turnover on downs. The Lumberjacks are just about to seal this deal.
Just excellent defense right there by McMillan in the receiver's hip pocket, running with him. Turns his head at the last moment and slaps the football down. Pass was really nice there from the pass was very nice there from the Rusk quarterback, right where it needed to be, but just excellent defense by McMillan. Gets his hand on the football in the back of the end zone. Turnover on downs, 1 minute and 4 seconds left, and it looks like Rusk Eagles fans are piling out and headed for the exits.
That's something you love to see, and the Eagles have 1 timeout remaining, but I don't know if there's any time to use it. So let's just see what they do as we'll see the Lumberjacks come back out onto the field. We should see the victory formation here with just 1:04 left in the ball game. I'd like to head over to the live chat and like to shout out Joanne Music, who's listening in, and she says, "Thanks, guys, for an excellent broadcast tonight, and we thank you for listening in."
Still love you, Miss Music. Still love you.
So DeCarlo Sanchez is going to go ahead and take the first kneel down. And Cody Welch, the head coach for Rusk, is going to go ahead and burn this final timeout with 1 minute remaining here in the ball game.
Man, this has just been an excellent ball game. Can't say enough about the Diboll defense and the absolute shutout they've pitched since the middle of the 2nd quarter. Back and forth game all night, and defense just really stepped up big. Offense stepped up big as well. Finishing drives like we have not seen early in the season. So really fun ball game, really nice defensive effort, and just all-around effort. It's been a great game tonight.
Absolutely. Shout out to the Lumberjack defense for shutting out the Eagles here in the second half. They spotted them 20 in the first half, but so far it's just all Lumberjack defense, making sure they don't touch the scoreboard again. So the Lumberjacks and Eagles having discussions on the sidelines with a minute remaining in the ball game. No team has timeouts left, so the Lumberjacks should at least kneel this down for at most 2 plays. So here we go. It's a 2nd down for the Lumberjacks to Carlos Sanchez in at quarterback. And a flag is going to be thrown as there must have been early movement up front. There was early movement from the Lumberjacks, and they'll back them up 5 more yards.
Russ defense shifts, brings up 2 linebackers, walks 2 linebackers up right over the center. Looked like one of the guards might have jumped, but at this point, no harm, no foul, as long as you don't put the ball on the ground.
Lumberjacks about to snap this one once again. With Tyrese McMillan lined up 7 yards behind. And there's another flag thrown. And this one is going to go against the Eagles. So that'll put the Lumberjacks back to where they were.
I'm going to guess that the Rusk Eagles were either across the line or they're maybe barking signals trying to get off the Diboll offense to jump again, something along those lines. But we just need to get the ball snapped and get this clock rolling again.
So DeCarlo Sanchez in to take the snap. He'll go ahead and kneel it down. So the clock ticking down to 56 seconds. There's 40 seconds left on the play clock. So the Lumberjacks will have to just kneel this down one more time to seal the victory.
Yep. The clock's running. Clock is ticking. Still 26, 25 seconds on the play clock, 38 seconds on the game clock here. One more kneel down, and this is going to do it. Diboll's going to get their first victory of the season here at Rusk.
And DeCarlo Sanchez will do it, and that's going to do it. The Lumberjacks find the win column for the first time this season, and I've been waiting all season long to say this, but Coach Blake Morrison has surpassed Finest Vanover as the winningest head coach in Diboll program history. Finest Vanover had 76 wins. Coach Blake Morrison now has 77. So congratulations, Blake Morrison. You are now the winningest head coach in Diboll program history, and way to spoil, and what a way to do it by spoiling homecoming tonight for Rusk.
This was an excellent ball game. Two teams, they really fought it out here. Diboll, well, we'll talk more about how they did it here during the pregame show, but just really proud of these young men. Great effort, great coaching, and really fun game to watch here in Rusk tonight.
So your final score for the first time this season, your Lumberjacks are victorious as they win by a score of 27-20 over the Rusk Eagles, spoiling their homecoming tonight, as we'll be right back to recap it on the post-game show. You're listening to Diboll Lumberjack football on YouTube through C4 Media.
Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Diboll Lumberjack athletics for over 30 years. From the Lumberjack Cups of the 90s and the touchdown footballs of the 2000s, Terrell Insurance has been there for the Jacks. Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Lumberjack fans off the field as well. For all of your insurance needs, visit Terrell Insurance in Diboll.
Thank you. So your final score from Eagles Stadium, it's the Diboll Lumberjacks victorious for the first time this season, winning by a score of 27-20. Let's take a look at how we got here, as in the first quarter. It was a little back and forth between the Eagles and Lumberjacks as the Eagles drew first blood with Adrian Tumblin taking it 39 yards to the house. The two-point try was no good, 6-0 Rusk. And then the Lumberjacks answered back as DeCarlo Sanchez connected with Ricardo Garcia on a 7-yard touchdown pass. The extra point was good. Lumberjacks go up 7-6. And then it was all Rusk up for the rest of the first half, as Kassirian Teague took it 60 yards to the house, and the two-point try was good. 14-7 was Rusk, and then to round out Bentley Moore found Adrian Tumblin on a 58-yard touchdown pass. Extra point good. We're up 20-7. Rusk is, and then to close out the second quarter, Sandro Rambula took it 1 yard to the house to put the Jacks within 6 with a score of 20-14. And then going into the second half, the Lumberjack defense pitched a shutout, and then in the fourth quarter, the Lumberjack offense answered. DeCarlo Sanchez connected with Ricardo Garcia once again for a 5-yard touchdown pass. Extra point try was good to extend the Diboll lead 21-20, and then Xander Rambula sealed it with a 1-yard touchdown run with 4:30 remaining in the ball game. Extra point was no good. 27-20 is how we got to where we're at, but there's a lot more to it than the scoring summary. We'll go ahead, and this is where we're here to discuss it for the post-game show. So before we do that, I'd like to shout out Iris Hernandez, who's listening in. If this is the same Iris Hernandez I know, she was my former student. So if Iris, if this is you, thank you so much for listening in. Yes, we won, and yes, the Lumberjacks got this. Good job. So thank you so much, Iris, for listening in. Now it's time to circle it back to the post-game show, taking a look at how we got here. So it's time to turn it over to my partners. Draylon, I'll let you go first. Your thoughts on tonight's victory.
just an excellent football game, man. Honestly, really excellent football game by both teams overall, but specifically for the Diboll Lumberjacks, specifically for the defense. We talked about at halftime that if Diboll could limit the big plays in the second half, that was kind of going to be the key to the game there in the second half, as the big plays were what really hurt Diboll in the first half. So you go down 20-7, kind of midway through that second quarter. From that point on, you pitch a shutout. You come back and win 27-20. Defense, basically gave up nothing for the rest of the game after that long touchdown run. So, it's just how it goes sometimes. Very physical ball game, very good ball game. Both teams played very well. But Rusk did not show the ability to drive the length of the field on Diboll. When they would score, it would happen quickly. Big run, big pass. Maybe it's a broken tackle, and then nobody's there for 60 yards. They never showed the ability tonight to drive the field on the Diboll defense, but the Diboll offense, in turn, had the ability to kind of put this game into a phone booth and just make it extremely physical, and put their head down and drive the field for yardage, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yards at a time. And then some just massive, awesome play calls by the coaching staff. The call on fourth down to Eli Terrell, man, that's just an excellent play call right when you needed it. And there were more, fourth down conversions earlier in the game, big third down conversions earlier in the game that Sanchez converted with his legs. And when you do that, when you consistently hurt a team with the quarterback's legs, that's what makes a dual threat quarterback so dangerous. His legs hurt you, his legs hurt you, his legs hurt you, and then right when you're trying to get a stop and you think you've got him in a box, bam, he hits you with a pass to an uncovered wide receiver to win the ball game. So, excellent overall game by the Diboll Lumberjacks, from the players to the coaching staff. Really exciting going into next week, getting that first win, spoiling this homecoming for the Rusk Eagles, and couldn't be more excited because this team has improved. The team that went out there in Game 1 against Madisonville is not the team that came out here in Game 3 and beat Rusk tonight. They don't even look the same. I mean, not just in how they play. It's not just individually. It's the whole team. Just doesn't even look the same. They're so much improved. It's been a heck of a coaching job by Coach Morrison and his assistant coaches, getting these guys to improve so much over the last 2 weeks. So really exciting. I enjoyed the mess out of it, guys. It was really fun being here with you guys tonight.
So while we transition over to the headsets, I just want to point this out. But last night, from 7th grade up to JV, 7th grade A team for Diboll defeated Rusk 44-8. 7th and 8th grade B team won 18-12. 8th grade A team won 38-8. JV won 30-6, and tonight, varsity Lumberjacks win 27-22, complete the clean sweep. And along with that, as I mentioned previously, Coach Blake Morrison has notched his 77th win here at Diboll. He is now the winningest head coach in program history. So congratulations to Coach Morrison. You've earned this. You deserve this. Congratulations to you, sir. Going back to the live chat, Iris Hernandez clarified that, yes, it is my former student. Thank you so much for listening. Iris, I miss you, and I hope you're having an awesome year. And then Miss Brenda Harada is listening in, saying, way to go, Lumberjacks. And she says, great job on broadcasting. Thank you so much, Miss Brenda, for listening in. So, Jared, go ahead and turn it over to you and your thoughts on this game.
Yeah, that was one of the most fun games that I've seen in a while. And just to watch the Lumberjacks go, me and Draylon were talking about it in the middle of the second quarter. Rusk was up by 20 points. Had 20 points. We came back and held a shutout in the second half to go up and win this thing 27-20. The Lumberjacks really showed a lot of tenacity tonight. They really showed their toughness and just their willingness and desire to win. I mean, we've come and we have moved leaps and bounds from the first game of the year against Madisonville, and I'm just so happy to see this team come out and fight for this win tonight. It wasn't easy. Rusk came out. They were ready to play. They had some playmakers, but like Draylon said, it's just they could not consistently carry a a drive, they had to have those big plays. And to be honest, Diboll showed some signs of that as well. You know, we were struggling just continuing to move the ball, but I think we had a little better consistency with our offense than Russ did tonight, and we were just able to edge them out. I mean, it was just an electric game the entire second half, and one that I'm not going to forget for a while, Alec.
Absolutely, Jared. You couldn't have said it any better. And tonight, just the way that you do it. And, you know, with Rusk, with their first year under Coach Cody Welch, who came over from White House, Rusk is a really solid team, and they're just going to take them some time to get used to this new staff, get used to the new schemes and everything. But Rusk has a really bright future from what we've seen out of them tonight. Really solid team, and they play in a really tough district with the likes of Center, Carthage, Canton, Brownsboro, and Athens, to name a few. So Rusk is going to take some time to gel together, just as every new program does under a new coaching staff. But best of luck to the Eagles the rest of the way. If they play like they did tonight, I could see some wins coming from them. As far as for the Lumberjacks, just all around the effort that you've seen from them. So luck. No, you know, a lot of times when you get down, you have to answer one of two ways. One, lay down and quit, or two, you get up and keep fighting, and that's exactly what the Lumberjacks did. They held the Eagles scoreless from late second quarter up until the end of the game. Is just a phenomenal effort. The play calling, seeing things that we haven't seen in all season long, with it only being 3 weeks in, but still, like, just all the way around, just an incredible effort from both teams in a really well-fought game tonight. Before I name my player of the game, just want to remind y'all that we'll be back at home next Friday night at 7 p.m. as we're taking on the Woodville Eagles for homecoming, and the bonfire returns this year. That'll be at 8 p.m. Monday night at the Lumberjack Stadium parking lot, so please be sure to pull up to the homecoming bonfire on Monday night. And now, without further ado, to name my player of the game. In my 3 seasons of broadcasting Diboll Lumberjack football, I haven't done this yet, and I'm going to go ahead and do it now. But for the first time, I'm going to name a coach my player of the game, because this guy helped put Diboll where it's at now. It's a no-brainer who I'm about to say, but I'll just go ahead and just give you the accolades. 10 straight seasons in the playoffs, steadily improvement, the deepest run in Diboll football playoff history. You already know who I'm talking about. It's Coach Blake Morrison. Coach Morrison is my player of the game, and just as I mentioned, once again, he is now the winningest head coach in Diboll football program history. So, Coach Morrison, you are my player of the game. Without you, none of this tonight would have been possible, down from the offense, defense, your coaches, everything in between. Congratulations, Coach Morrison. You're my player of the game.
Yes, absolutely. Congratulations. It has been a pleasure to watch Diboll over these past 12 years and see the growth of the program to, really getting back to and surpassing any of the what I would call glory days from the kind of the mid 90s to the around 2009 era, which by far was the most successful until Coach Morrison arrived. So just he's done great things for the program. The program's in a great place with him as the head coach, and can't say thank you enough to what he's done here for the Diboll Lumberjacks. As far as my player of the game, it's a no-brainer for me. It's DeCarlos Sanchez. Multiple touchdown passes, huge conversions with his legs when he needed to, big-time passes when he needed to, set the team up to win, and helped us push it across the finish line. Without a doubt, DeCarlos Sanchez, especially as only a second game as a starter, just a wonderful effort from him. Big-time football players make big-time plays, and there were multiple times tonight where it was just DeCarlos Sanchez versus whoever on the Rusk defense, and time after time after time, he came out the winner in those one-on-one situations. So big-time ball game for him. He is my Lumberjack player of the game.
And a big shout out to DeCarlos Sanchez as well. He is the senior quarterback who is just a well-rounded student athlete. He's awesome in the classroom, and he's awesome on the field. This is his 3rd year as a varsity starter. You put him wherever, and he's going to succeed. He was an all-district selection defensively last year. Year before that, as a sophomore, he was all-district as a receiver. So you put DeCarlos Sanchez anywhere, and he's going to do the job for you. He can run, block, hit, tackle, and should I say, in the famous words of LV Miles on Friday Night Lights, and he can pass. So shout out to DeCarlos Sanchez there. Time to turn it over to Jared Christmas to give his final thoughts before we wrap this up.
Yeah, for me tonight, my player of the game, I'm going to go on the opposite side of the field from Draylon. My player of the game is going to be big Eli Terrell. He did really well on defense. He had multiple stops. He had fumble recoveries. He had a crucial catch on offense, and that led us down to score the winning touchdown. And for me tonight, I noticed, Eli was back there punting the football, and did a great job doing that. He was out there on offense throwing blocks. He's tackling on defense, recovering fumbles, catching passes. The kid's just an all-around athlete. And I was talking to Draylon earlier in the broadcast. The kid is also developed from last year, where he was to where he is now is a huge difference. And so I look forward to seeing him continue to develop throughout this season. But for me, just because of the well-roundedness of his game tonight, player game for me is going to be Eli Terrell.
So Coach Morrison, Carlos Sanchez, and Eli Terrell round out your players of the game this evening. As we round this broadcast out, again, your final score this evening from Rusk, it's the Diboll Lumberjacks victorious for the first time this season by a score of 27-20. Thank you to all of our sponsors for making this broadcast tonight possible. Terrell Insurance Agency, Mueller Inc., Cotton Co., C4 Media, Jackbackers, and PPR Industrial. And thank you to all the listeners who tuned in from YouTube this evening. We'll be back on YouTube and Facebook next week for homecoming. Again, that's going to be 7 p.m. next Friday night against the visiting Woodville Eagles. So for Jared Christmas, Gerald Fussell, this is Alec Reyes saying so long, everyone. Good night. God bless. We will see you next week for homecoming. Go Jacks!